Before we get started with tonight's show, I need to thank last week's Super Chatters, Rob Christensen and Zach Guller. On the fence about seeing a movie? Check out Rob's See It or Skip It reviews. A knowledgeable cinephile and a massive movie fan, Rob gives great recommendations for movies that you should or should not watch. Check out his channel in the link in the description below. Zach Guller is a familiar face on the channel. He's one of my good friends on YouTube in this space. Not only is he a movie reviewer as well on this space, but he's also an actor. So not only do you get amazing movie reviews of old and new movies, you also get it from an actor's perspective, and you're going to have a ton of fun with the personality that he brings to every piece of content that he creates. Check him out. He's also in the link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for your contribution and support of the Zach Milne Talks Movies YouTube channel. It means a lot to me. Tonight on Zach Milne Talks Live, James Cameron may be making a new Terminator film? What? Deadpool 3 is now in production. In fact, it is filming, and there's some rumors that we might see some familiar faces from the old X-Men franchise pop up in it. Transformers Rise of the Beast is just a little bit over a week away, and we've got our first reactions coming out of some of the screeners. We're going to check them out, see what they're saying. Ezra Miller is the face of controversy as well as The Flash, and according to the director of the Flash film, if they are to do a sequel, Ezra Miller will continue to be the face of The Flash. Is that the right decision? We'll talk about all that and more. Zach Milne Talks Live starts, well, look at that, right now. What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome one and all to Zach Milne Talks Live. Welcome everyone who's joining, watching live, watching the replay. You've been here before. If you haven't been here before, welcome to you. We have a subscriber goal on the channel. You may not have heard about it just yet since you're new. We want to hit 2,500 subscribers before the end of the year. If you like the show, if you like talking movies, if you enjoy your time here tonight, consider hitting that subscribe button. We'd love to have you join our community. Love to have you over here talking movies with us. And guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Very grateful. I will let you guys know, total honesty, my throat is starting to do a little something. I'm not quite sure if I'm starting to get sick or not. I'm like hoping not, because it's like Across the Spider-Verse is this week. Do not let me get sick before Across the Spider-Verse. But yeah, my throat may not hold up for as long as it usually does. So I'm just going to let you know that in between the topics, when we take the live comments and questions, we're going to do about 5 to 10 minutes at a time. I'm going to try and get through those topics a little bit faster than I usually do. And then we'll get through as many of your comments and questions as we possibly can. But regardless, whether you're watching on the replay, watching live, I'm just so happy you guys are here and so glad you're joining us. So let's see what's going on. Let's check out the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. We got Schofield Studios in here. What's going on, Schofield? It's been a little bit, dude. I wonder how you've been doing. Let me know how you're doing, dude. It's been a little bit. Nice to see you in here. The Flash 2, Run from the Police. Yeah. That's good, man. That's good. I like that. Lance Jackson. Well, welcome, Lance. Thanks for being here tonight, man. Hey there, Zach. How's it going? Just at home in bed watching Friends. The one where Joey moves out. I cried. But I'm happy because June 2nd is my last day of school. I'll be in the chat. Nice, dude. Yeah. So you're on season 2 of Friends then? Nice, dude. I love Friends. Friends is my favorite show. And June 2nd's last day of school. That's awesome, dude. You can start the summer with Cross the Spider-Verse. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Lance goes on to say, another movie I like is White Chicks and Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. I've not seen Friday, believe it or not, but White Chicks is a movie I have seen, and it is crazy. I don't think you can make that movie today. It is wild. The View with Drew's in here. What's going on, Drew? Thanks for being here tonight, man. Hey, everybody. What's up? Oh, Rob Christensen. Dude, you've been too kind. You've been way too kind, man. $10 super chat right off the start of the show. I appreciate that so much, man. Have a great show, Zach. We'll have to have you a guest co-host on the Jim and Rob Overanalyze Movies episode soon. Absolutely, dude. Hit me up. I'm pretty sure I follow you on Twitter. I'm sure you follow me. So you can easily contact me on Twitter, man. Let's get something set up. And actually, this is something I forgot to mention. So thank you for bringing this up, Rob. When you do comments and questions, there is an option to super chat next to the text bar where you would type in. There's a little dollar icon. If you want to help out and support the show financially, that's I'm very thankful for all that. I'm very grateful. And I have a super chat guide for you guys. So I know a lot of you guys have channels of your own, so if you super chat in $1.99, right after the show, you get a community post made shouting out your channel, sending a link there, hopefully sending people over there to check you out. For $2.99, you get the community post as well as the link of your channel in the description of this video below. And for $4.99 or more, like you just saw with Rob and like you saw at the beginning of this episode, you get the community post, the link in the description of this video and next episode's video, as well as a special video shout out shouting out your channel. But as always, super chats are not required to get your comment and answer or your question answered. So thank you very much, Rob. That's very, 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 very nice of you, man. I appreciate that so much. Let's go back here. We got some people greeting each other. I love seeing that. Love seeing the community. Oh, we did a little bit of a jump. Oh my goodness, someone else sent in a super chat. We'll have to get to that. Rob Christensen says, "No, I'm blushing now." That's awesome, dude. We got some more. Frankie Beastmaker, get me to 2K. Oh, well, guys, check out Frankie Beastmaker. Thank you for being here tonight, man. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We got Nathan's Random Movies. Tomorrow's my last day of school, and I will see Spider-Verse. That's a great way to kick off the summer season, man. I'm hoping to see Spider-Verse on Friday, so hopefully we all love it. The reviews have been insane. The Cosmic Broadcast. Dude, thank you so much. $4.99 super chat. Just finished watching some of your live shows. Been digging the content. We should collab sometime. Yeah, man, absolutely. Hit me up. I'm totally open for collabs. I love collabs, and I'm very, very humbled and grateful whenever someone offers a collab to me, wants to hang out with me. It's so cool. And a $4.99 super chat, dude, to start the show off. That's super, super nice of you, man. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. The View with Drew, question for everyone. What are your thoughts on the Transformers movies aside from Bumblebee? Yeah, I like the first one. I think the action in almost all of them is pretty good. I like the third one to an extent, and then I don't really like any of the other ones, to be honest with you, aside from Bumblebee. Toxic Gamer, what's going on, Toxic Gamer? Thanks for being here tonight, man. My last day of school was like May 14-ish since I'm homeschooled. Nice. That's the advantage of being homeschooled, is you get to finish earlier whenever you want. My wife was homeschooled, and she said that was like the best part. Like, she didn't have to worry about a time restriction like in normal school, 8 to 3 or whatever. She just got to do it whenever she wanted to, and when she finished, she was finished. So that's awesome, man. Schofield Studios been doing good. Sorry I haven't been dropping by more. School is hard as hell, and I'm trying to keep my YouTube grind going. Literally editing a video while watching this. How's your channel doing? Well, dude, don't apologize for not stopping by. I mean, it's not an obligation, but I really appreciate it when you do, and I'm glad to see you in here tonight, man. And school's hard as hell, but hey, you're kicking butt. I'm sure it sounds like you're doing well. Got the YouTube grind going as well. Channel's doing really well. You guys have been killing it. This channel. This has been our biggest, greatest year of community building and growth that we've ever had on this channel. I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond appreciative of everyone who's contributed and joined this channel this year. It's been incredible. It's been a crazy ride, and yeah, it's amazing. Thank you, everybody. Frankie Beastmaker, I want to get out to see Spider-Man because I'm seeing Fast 10. I won't get out to see Spider-Man because I'm seeing Fast 10 tomorrow, I think is what you mean. Nice, man. I enjoyed Fast 10. If you like the Fast and Furious movies, specifically in 5, 6, and 7, that kind of era, I think you'll enjoy it. Toxic Gamer 331. I've heard people calling Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse the best animated movie of all time. I've been hearing that too. I've been hearing the best animated, the best comic book, and the best movie, period, of all time. So, big shoes to fill. We'll see how they do. Pro Alex reactions. Well, welcome, Pro Alex. Thank you for being here tonight, man. I was able to watch The Flash last week. I'm so happy for you, but also slightly jealous. And I have to say, it was a really great movie. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I cannot wait. I've been hearing such great things. I cannot wait. Frankie Beastmaker. I know I want someone whose name was Chris. You said it was really good. He wouldn't say it's better than the first one, but he still really liked the movie. I know I want someone whose name was Chris. You said it was really good. He wouldn't say it's better than the first one, but he still really... I'm guessing you're talking about some guy on Chris on YouTube who saw Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I've been hearing people say that it's beyond better than the first one, so we'll see how it goes. Nathan's Random Movies. Speaking of Spider-Verse, do you think Across the Spider-Verse will be better than the original? That's what people are saying. That's what people are saying. I can't say for sure because I haven't seen it. I will tell you that I think it's got big shoes to fill with Into the Spider-Verse. I don't even really I don't love Into the Spider-Verse as much as everyone else does. I really, really like it, but I don't like love it over the moon like a lot of people do. So it definitely has potential to be better than the first one for me, but I don't know. It's still got big shoes to fill. So we will see. View with Drew dropped Frankie a sub. That's awesome. The Movie Fanatic. What's going on, Movie Fanatic? Thanks for being here tonight, man. What's up, Zach? Just having a great old time talking with you guys. How are you doing tonight, man? Frankie Beastmaker. Thank you guys. You guys mean a lot to me. I forget to do, and I forget I do live chat. You do live chats too? You do live shows too? That's awesome, man. Ryan Smith. Hey, Zach. Well, hello, Ryan. Thank you for being here, man. Toxic Gamer 331. You do get to start school earlier compared to everyone else, which I'm not excited for, but I do get to start earlier than everyone else outside. But I do get to start earlier than everyone else outside of homeschool. Nice, man. Ryan Smith. Yep, I follow multiple pop culture YouTubers, not just Chris. Are you talking about 3C Films? Is that the Chris that we're talking about? That's the Chris. Unless you're talking about Chris Stuckman or 3C Films. I think are the only Chris's that I know on the platform at the moment. Schofield Studios, I can see that. I remember when there was like 3 people in the chat, and now there's like 10. Good job. There's 10 people in here right now. Wow, dude. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone for being here. This is fantastic. I really appreciate that. And yeah, Schofield, you've been here since like the beginning, since the very first show. You've been in the chat. I appreciate that so much, man. Been along for the growth, been along for the ride. Nathan's Random Movies. The Fast and Furious is strange, as it started from street racing to action and spies. Yep, it's a crazy journey. But it's a fun one, nonetheless, to take with those guys. Frankie Peacemaker. I'm not saying that because you follow Sean, but I just thought he didn't have that much more than me. So I thought you... Is there a continuation of that? You're talking about Sean Chandler? I follow Sean Chandler, I think. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite following that very well. But, yeah, I do like Sean Chandler, if that's what you mean. Toxic Gamer 331. By the way, everyone be careful on YouTube because people are posting clips on Across the Spider-Verse. I almost read a title and got spoiled. I just sped past it as fast as I could. Yeah, it's around that time where you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful out there, man. It's dangerous territory. Frankie Beastmaker. I want to see the Guardians for one last ride. You haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 yet, dude? I definitely recommend that. You gotta check that out. It did really well. They did really well completing the journey of those characters. Nathan's Random Movies. Nowadays, do you think television is better than movies? I don't know. I mean, I think television has definitely changed a lot in their game. I think streaming and what you're able to do with television shows on streaming has completely changed television, and it's made it so that there's an advantage over movies in that way because you have so many more hours to tell your story. And by doing that, you have more time to flesh out characters and get into more story developments than movies usually do in like a 2.5 hour runtime. So in some ways, television can be superior to movies in the way that they're used. But I still prefer watching movies. I like the completion. You know, you're in for 2 hours, then you're out, and then you're done. Some television shows just go on for too long. The View with Drew. Question for you, Zach, and everyone in the chat. How would you guys rank Fast 10's director, Louis Oh, man, I can't remember all of his movies, man. I liked Fast 10 better than Incredible Hulk. I'll say that. Ryan Smith. Looking forward to seeing Across the Spider-Verse. Me too, man. Me too. The Movie Fanatic. Honestly, I feel like Across the Spider-Verse will be almost as good as the first movie. Yeah, that's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing from a lot of people. The Cosmic Broadcast. Seeing Across the Spider-Verse tomorrow. Absolutely cannot wait. Seeing it Friday. I cannot wait. Hopefully I don't get sick. I'll be so upset. Toxic Gamer 331. 3C Films is cool, and I met him at the MegaCon along with other movie YouTubers too. Dude, that's so awesome. That's awesome. I'm so glad you had that experience. Ryan Smith says, nice, I'm going to see it tomorrow as well. Toxic Gamer says they shouldn't do Guardians 4. Agree or disagree? I don't know if they shouldn't do it, but I would definitely give it a few years. Definitely don't rush into it. They're definitely going to... I mean, I don't want to get into specifics of Guardians 3 just yet. But Guardians 4, I would say, at the moment, no, don't do it. But somewhere down the line, I think you can. Ryan Smith says, have you seen Ted Lasso? I've seen the first 2 seasons. I haven't gotten around to watching this 3rd season yet, but I do really want to. Frankie Beastmaker, but my member, it's the last ride, so they won't do a number 4. I mean, yeah, I don't want to get into Guardians too much because it's still in theaters, but where there's money, Marvel will find a way. Let's just say that. Toxic Gamer 331, The Flash went on too long. If you're talking about the TV series, I agree. I stopped watching it around season 5, I think. I own season 6, so I wasn't sure if I watched season 6 or not. I can't even remember. But at one time or somewhere down the line in my life, I will finish that entire series. But I jumped off. Schofield Studios. I'm just waiting for Dom to say you don't need gravity if you have family and drive to space to fight aliens. Maybe in Furious 49. I mean, they almost did that in 9. They definitely, at least they got the space part down. The TV show that Nathan's Random Movies. I will also be seeing The Boogeyman this weekend. Nice, dude. I have no interest. The Movie Fanatic. Also, I might end up going to see Across the Spider-Verse either Friday or Saturday. Not sure, but I absolutely cannot wait to review it. Yeah, me too, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Frankie Beastmaker. I meant to say I thought you would. I found you because you have only got a few more subscribers than me. Oh, okay. I see, man. I see. Yeah. Yeah. Us small creators, man. We just gotta support each other. We gotta give each other support and help each other out. We're all we have, aren't we? All right, guys. With that, I'm going to head on over and we're gonna start with topic number 1. Actually, before we get to topic number 1, we're gonna start with this segment that we do on the show called What I Miss. These are news topics that I did not make full topics, but I wanted to talk about briefly through the week of May 24th to May 31st. So, kicking off What I Miss, we got an official runtime for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. It is coming in at 2 hours and 36 minutes. That's going to be the longest Mission Impossible movie yet. I'm super excited to see what they got in store. I'm looking forward to eating up every second of this movie. So, yeah, as long as the pacing's not off, the more the better. Bring it on, man. Thunderbolts is a casualty of the writer's strike at the moment because Thunderbolts is now on pause. Production on it is halted. It's no longer moving forward at the moment. It's just, it will move forward, but at the moment it's paused. It's not going into production when it should be. And that kind of sucks, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to Thunderbolts, and this might even push its release date down the line further, which also kind of sucks. Little spoiler for John Wick Chapter 4, but it's already on digital, and you can watch it at home now. But at the end of John Wick Chapter 4, John Wick dies. And it looks like they're wanting to do a John Wick Chapter 5 after all. John Wick Chapter 5 has been greenlit. It looks like John will rise up from the dead. How will they retcon it? How will they explain it? I don't know. Personally, I was very happy with the conclusion of Chapter 4 to the whole John Wick franchise. But if they're going to do another one, they're going to do another one. Can't really stop them, can you? The How to Train Your Dragon live-action remake has casted its leads. It's casted Mason, I want to say Thames is how you say it, Thames? Mason Thames as Hiccup and Nico Parker as Astrid. I'm familiar with these two people. Mason Thames in particular, I know from The Black Phone. He did great in The Black Phone. Nico Parker, I'm a little bit less familiar with. I've seen her in The Last of Us, and that's about it. I'm not sure what else she's done, but those are going to be our leads in How to Train Your Dragon. We're going to have to see how that live-action remake turns out. But as far as casting goes, these are talented young people, and I'm looking forward to it. Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill is saying that he is done playing the character. In an interview asking if he was going to appear in the Rey film, he said no, he has no expectations of that happening. Well, Mark Hamill may believe that. I personally think Mark Hamill felt a little bit scorned over the episodes 7 and 8. You can say what you want. If you watch videos with Mark Hamill, he has made jokes. He has made his complaints clear about some of the stuff they did in the sequel trilogy. I do think he's a little bit unhappy, but I feel like if Lucasfilm wants to have Luke Skywalker played by Mark Hamill, the Force Ghost, in the Rey movie, they're going to find a way to get Mark Hamill to play Luke Skywalker in the Rey movie, whether it's loading a big bucket of money to his front door or just reminding him how the Star Wars fans love Luke and they want Luke back. I feel like if the Rey movie happens, Luke will be in it. The producers of Across the Spider-Verse coming out this Friday has said that there's actually a lot more Spider-Man to come and that Across the Spider-Verse doesn't even have all of the cameos and all of the Spider-Man that they have planned to put in these movies, and we're going to see a lot more of them appear in the third installment of Beyond the Spider-Verse. Which is crazy because Across the Spider-Verse looks like it has 1 billion people in it. Speaking of Across the Spider-Verse, they announced today that a Miles Morales live action movie is indeed happening. They have plans for it. They want it to happen alongside Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. That's on hold with the writer's strike, but they have said they have confirmed that they are working on a Miles Morales live action film. And you know what? I'm not surprised. The Into the Spider-Verse is beloved. Across the Spider-Verse looks like it's going to be beloved as well. Maybe even make a lot more money than the first movie did. I think this character is hot right now. It's time to strike. I'm not surprised they're doing a live-action Miles Morales movie. And, hey, if we get a live-action Peter Parker movie alongside a live-action Miles Morales Spider-Man movie, we just win as fans. So I'm totally on board with this. I think it's really cool. And that is all that I have for this week's What Did I Miss? But, guys, I need to ask you, what stood out to you? What story are you most excited about from what I missed? Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions. And without further ado, let's take a look at what you guys are saying about all this. All right, so where did I leave off? Whoa, you guys are killing the chat. All right, so we'll go for about 5 minutes, and then I'll jump back into topic number 1 before I get back to your comments and questions. The View with Drew. Here's a horrifying question. Do you feel Shia LaBeouf did a bad job as Matt Williams in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? For me, he didn't do a bad job, but he was given weak material. Completely agree. I like Shia LaBeouf in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I do not hate him, but I do think the character wasn't written great, but Shia LaBeouf's performance I thought was good. I liked him. Nathan's Random Movies. The DC CW shows at some point went off the rails. I think they kind of went off the rails after Crisis on Infinite Earths. I feel like Crisis on Infinite Earths, when they brought all the shows into the one universe, I feel like that's kind of when it lost it for me a little bit. Frankie Beastmaker, do you think Blue Beetle will be better than The Flash? Hard to say. No, because people are raving about The Flash. They have nothing but great things to say about it. Some are saying it's one of the best comic book movies ever made. I don't see Blue Beetle getting that kind of buzz, so I'm going to say no, I don't think it will be. Toxic Gamer 331, seasons 1, 2, and 3 of The Flash are amazing. Then after that, the seasons got to decrease. Yeah, I agree. I think what I didn't like about the rest of The Flash is season 1 and 2 are great, and then season 3 went a little bit darker, and I liked the darker tone with like Savitar and stuff like that, but then they completely counteracted that because I guess most of the fan base did not like the darker tone, so they just went full on Looney Tunes goofy with season 4 and with the rest of the show, and that's when I kind of started to lose a lot of my interest in the show. Frankie Beastmaker, so far thank you. Got one ranking video, and that's ranking all 27 James Bond movies. Dude, that is a feat. I wish you luck. That's awesome that you're tackling that. The View with Drew. Imagine the Fast and Furious franchise getting to 700th installments. If any franchise is going to do it, it's going to be Fast and Furious, but I don't know, man. Maybe by the time I'm like 90, they'll make it. Frankie Beastmaker, if you've seen any James Bond films, give me your favorite James Bond movie. Mine's Skyfall, but you can look at my full ranking all of my accounts. I like Skyfall. I really like License to Kill. I really like that movie. I just like that Bond's kind of on this like revengeful quest. I really like that one. Goldfinger's good too, and yeah, Casino Royale, of course. But I think I like Skyfall over Casino Royale. Ryan Smith says, Nathan, I had lost interest in the CW verse right at the beginning of COVID-19. Yeah, I lost interest before that. Dogs Gaming 331 dies. That's supposed to be quote unquote, by the way. Sorry, I'm not sure what that's referring to, man. I'm sorry. The View with Drew. I don't care if Mission Impossible 7 is 2.5 hours long. The last 3 movies were 2 hours, and I love them. There was never one boring moment in any of them. Yeah, man, those 4, 5, and 6 of Mission Impossible, they really found their stride. Those movies are incredible. Toxic Gamer 331 says, I know that girl from the live-action Dumbo. Oh, okay, interesting. I did not know that she was in the live-action Dumbo. I've seen the live-action Dumbo. It's my least favorite live-action remake, and that's interesting. I didn't recognize her. Frankie Beastmaker, do you think this month's a better month making videos? Yeah, this month is insane. This month, guys, is honestly, I cannot wait for this month. We got Across the Spider-Verse starting tomorrow, technically. Then we get Transformers Rise of the Beast. Then we get The Flash and Elemental. Then we get Indiana Jones is in there, too. There is so much goodness coming out this month. It's insane. The View with Drew. What do you guys think is the worst Disney live action adaptation? I hear Artemis Fowl was awful. It's so bad it got taken off Disney Plus today. It's gone. It is. You cannot view that movie anymore. The worst Disney live action adaptation? Man, I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Dumbo for now, just because that's my least favorite live action. And I didn't like Maleficent all that much. Frankie Beastmaker. He's a sci-fi film. Here's a sci-fi film you probably like or even love, but I can't stand. I've got to be honest with you guys. Please don't hate me, but Interstellar, man, dude. I mean, I think Interstellar is a pretty polarizing film. I don't think it's beloved. I personally really like it. My wife loves it. If I ask her what movie she wants to watch, 9 times out of 10, she's gonna ask me to watch Interstellar. She loves that movie. I really like that movie though. But that's fair, man. If you don't like it. Toxic Gamer 331. Do you think the Spider-Verse movies will transition into live action? Beyond the Spider-Verse, I think that's a potential. I think by the end of, because I mean it's beyond, right? Beyond the Spider-Verse, beyond the animated world, beyond the animation. I could see that happening at the end of Beyond the Spider-Verse. They introduce us to the live-action Miles Morales, and that's when his live-action movie begins. Ryan Smith, I believe that it's most likely to happen. Oh, okay, yep, you believe it's going to happen. Nathan's Random Movies. Do you think Miles Morales will be in the MCU? Because in No Way Home, Electro mentioned Black Spider-Man, which is clearly a reference to Miles. I mean, yes, he kind of did. He made Jamie Foxx made that joke where he was like, "I kind of thought you'd be black," or "Yeah, there's gotta be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere." I don't think he was referenced, like, it wasn't a direct reference, like he was like, "Oh yeah, we have one," like I've met one. It was definitely like a fun little Easter egg for those who know Miles Morales. I don't think he'll be in the MCU. I think Sony will hold on to Miles Morales. I think that will be their thing. I think they'll let the MCU play around with Peter Parker, have Tom Holland, have their Spider-Man 4, but Miles Morales will be their movie. They'll control it entirely, and they won't. I don't think it'll be in the MCU. Frankie Peacemaker. The best Spider-Man film so far is No Way Home. I love seeing all the Spider-Man together. I just call him the Spider-Man. Would you like that as a film called The Spider-Man? I would totally be down for a film called The Spider-Man, and it's just Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. Like, No Way Home is such a dream come true. I can't even fathom it. Like, not only... Like, yeah, having all the Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland from my childhood come together is amazing and so cool. But what makes it the best is, like, the chemistry that they have. The fact that all three of those guys had fantastic chemistry and were just so fun together on screen. That's what made the moment so good. And I honestly couldn't... I don't think it could have been any better. I love No Way Home. Love it. I'll be down for more. And Zach Attacks Reviews in here. What's going on, Zach? Thanks for joining tonight, man. Saw you over at Luke Ponto's channel. You guys did a great job. I told you you'd be great. Yo back to you, man. We'll have to get you back on here soon. Frankie Beastmaker, do you think Black Panther Wakanda Forever did a beautiful job of the 10U and a legacy of Chadwick Boseman? That's funny. I actually watched Wakanda Forever last night with a friend. He had never seen it, so we put it on and we watched it. I really like that film. I think they did do a beautiful job with that movie. Look, I understand everyone's complaints that they have with how they handled Chadwick Boseman. I was on the camp. I think they should have recasted Black Panther. I think they should have carried on with their original plans with T'Challa, just with a different actor. But I'm never going to complain, and I'm never going to attack the choice that they made, because I can't even imagine what those cast and crew were feeling. Like, this was their dear friend. This was the leader of their franchise. They didn't just want to replace him, and they felt the best way to honor him was to make him the sole Black Panther and pass it on to Shuri. Whether you think that was the best decision or not, that's totally up to you, and all opinions are valid. And like I said, I don't necessarily think it was the best decision, but if that's what they felt they needed to do, if that's how they needed to grieve, if that's how they needed to mourn and honor Chadwick, fine, man. You do your thing. Like, I don't envy them at all for having to make that decision. Toxic Gamer 331. 3C Films already watched The Flash. Lucky. Yeah, a lot of people have watched The Flash, man. A lot of people have seen it. And I'm jealous, but also happy for them. All right, guys. Let's move on. Let's talk about topic number 1. And topic number 1 is this, guys. So, Terminator Terminator is a classic film. Terminator 1, Terminator 2, love them both very dearly. James Cameron did a great job with that. And then the franchise kind of went off the rails a little bit. Terminator 3 got a little bit goofy. Salvation's not bad. Genesis is just abysmal. And then Dark Fate had some moments that I liked, but overall, it was kind of just a T2 remake. It had too many similar beats. And it also did some of the worst numbers for the franchise. So you'd think that Terminator should be laid to rest. It maybe should have a couple years being dormant. Well, James Cameron came out recently and said, nah, he doesn't necessarily think that that's the full case. Because James Cameron, despite having 1,000 Avatar sequels to do, he is writing a new Terminator film. Here's what ComingSoon.net had to say. Speaking during a recent appearance at the Dell Tech World Conference, Cameron revealed that he actually is in the process of writing a new Terminator movie and has been for about 3 months. He's been writing it for about 3 months. However, Cameron said that he has no plans to finish it until he sees how the growth of AI shakes out. All right, so James Cameron writing a new Terminator film. Gonna involve AI. Now, in some ways, I do think that Terminator is kind of ripe for a reboot. It doesn't say if this is a reboot or a continuation. If this is Terminator 7, I'm a little more hesitant towards it because I don't think the Terminator films have had a great track record, as mentioned before. And even if you look at the box office of the last two Terminator films, Genesis made $89 million domestically, $440 million domestically with a PG-13 rating. That's important because when you look at Dark Fate's numbers, they drop pretty drastically. Domestically, $62 million, and worldwide, it made $261 million on a $185 million budget. Now, the movie was rated R, so that's definitely something to take into effect. Not everyone could have much access to it as much as they could with a PG-13, but these numbers do kind of point out as well that the audience, they're not as hot for Terminator as they used to be. But with the advancement of AI, going back to James Cameron's original thoughts in this quote, yeah, AI has changed drastically from when the first Terminator came out. There's a lot of advancements happening with AI. I think it could be cool to incorporate AI that we have today into a new Terminator film. I just hope that it wouldn't be a continuation. I think if you're going to do another Terminator film, I think it's got to be a reboot. I think you got to just forget Arnold, forget Sarah Connor. They already brought those characters back, and the movie didn't do that great at the box office. With the results were not stellar. So I think at this point you just strip it back to its basics. You reboot, you remake the franchise with the new AI technology that we have and tell a new story that way. I'll also say that I do not believe this movie is going to happen because James Cameron says he's in the middle of writing it, but he's not going to finish it until he sees how AI shakes out. With the combination of waiting for AI to shake out as well as the 3, 4, whatever Avatar films that he still has to invest his life into, I just think James Cameron's going to be too busy. By the time he's ready to make this film, I don't know if it's going to be a product to make anymore. I don't even know if he'll be making films at that point. He may retire before he even gets finished with writing this script. But what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for a new Terminator film? Do you think this Terminator film will even happen, or do you think James Cameron may miss his time on this like I do? Comment down below, let me know all your thoughts and opinions, guys, about this. And what's your favorite Terminator film? I want to know. And with that, guys, let's take a look. Let's go back to your comments and questions and see what you guys are saying. We got Ryan Smith saying, day number 1 of requesting a Filmstock and Zach collaboration. Dude, Filmstock has like 60,000 subscribers, and he's so huge. He's so much bigger. I have to, I don't know. I've never reached out to him. To be fair, I've never reached out to him. I'm so terrible with reaching out to people. I'm so shy and timid. I feel like I'm messing up their day or annoying them or bugging them. And I don't know. I guess I just don't believe that Filmstock would want to do it. But yeah, Chris, Filmstock, I'm totally down. If you want to come on, if you're watching by any chance, if you're watching, Chris, come on to Zach Milne Talks Live. Let's do something. It'd be fun. Toxic Gamer 331. I lost interest whenever Nor popped up in The Flash. Yeah, season 5 is when they had Barry and Iris's kid from the future come in. Yeah, I I liked it. I didn't mind it. Honestly, I thought she was kind of cute, and I thought that the dynamic that they were developing was kind of fun. But I don't blame you if you didn't like it, because it was a lot. It was a pill to swallow, that's for sure. Frankie Beastmaker, if you haven't already, guys, and if you're on his channel that hasn't already subscribed to Filmstock, help him get his 80,000. Oh, he's almost at 80,000? I thought he was like at 60,000. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Good for Filmstock, man. He is killing it. Nathan's Random Movies. I personally think The Flash might be better than No Way Home. I wouldn't be surprised. I think No Way Home has a lot more love from me and from a lot of people because of the nostalgia, because of all the like celebration of 20 years of Spider-Man on the silver screen coming together. The Flash might have a stronger story though, because I will admit No Way Home's story, it's not the strongest. It's kind of flimsy. It's not that strong. So I could see The Flash being better in that way. Toxic Gamer 331. Casino Royale is my favorite Bond movie. Nice, dude. Yeah, Daniel Craig is great as Bond. Frankie Beastmaker. Do you know people were seeing that the Flashlight, the Surf, the Multiverse of Madness be better than a Doctor Strange? Do you know if people are saying that the Flash might be better than Multiverse of Madness? I think is what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of people. The Flash is being way more beloved than the Multiverse of Madness was at the moment. Nathan's Random Movies. My favorite is No Time to Die. I haven't seen No Time to Die yet. It's on my watch list. I really want to watch it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Frankie Peacemaker. I can't wait to see John Wick Chapter 5. I mean, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there day one. It's John Wick. I love John Wick. Narratively, I'm a little worried, though. I'm a little worried that I feel like the John Wick movies, yes, they've always made money, but I feel like they've always been made out of love from the cast and Keanu Reeves and stuff. This is the first time where I felt like John Wick is being made just for the money. The people, the execs, the studio heads, they looked at John Wick Chapter 4. They saw how big of an opening it had. It was the biggest of the franchise. It ended up worldwide making the most money of the franchise. I'm worried they're looking at that and they're going, make another one because we want more money, as opposed to make another one because we have a great story. And yeah, because John Wick 4 was a finale, because it did close and end John Wick's story, bringing him back to do a fifth one, I just really hope they're thinking it through before they go and do it. The View with Drew. Here's a big question. Do you think Christian Bale's Batman will be in the Flash movie? I think there's a 5% chance that Christian Bale pops up, because with people who have seen The Flash, a lot of people are saying online that it's not the final cut, that they can tell things have been cut out, or they've been told that there's things removed from this cut that they're showing people to hide surprises. I think if they're doing that, a big surprise that could be in there is Christian Bale as Batman. But like I said, I think I give it a 5% chance. But I will say this. If Christian Bale decided to do Thor Love and Thunder, I'm sure he would have signed on for The Flash. I don't see why he wouldn't have. Toxic Gamer 331. The quote unquote was for John Wick. Oh, I see what you mean. Dies. Quote unquote dies. I see what you mean. I think he did. I think that the intention and their plan was to have John Wick die off. I feel like at the end of Chapter 4, he is supposed to be dead. And I feel like they're going to retcon that and bring him back for Chapter 5. Nathan's Random Movies. What do you think of Sam Raimi being considered to direct Secret Wars? I don't think Sam Raimi's the choice. I don't know. I feel like Sam Raimi did his Sam Raimi thing with Multiverse of Madness. They were more hands off with Multiverse of Madness. That was a Raimi film through and through in a lot of ways. I don't know if first of all, I don't know if Raimi would play ball. I don't know if he would like being restricted in what he could do with Secret Wars, which you have to do with the director of the Avengers films. Like they're just so important. You have to make sure that you get them right. And secondly, if they're gonna let Raimi do his thing, I don't want an Avengers film with Raimi's style. I don't think Raimi's filmmaking style and his horror elements that he puts into the movie, like he did with Multiverse of Madness, which worked very well in Multiverse of Madness. I don't know if I want that in Secret Wars, but I could be wrong. Maybe his vision is perfect for Secret Wars, but just hearing it, seeing it on paper, I'm like, I don't know if he's the guy. Schofield Studios, they should honestly just let John Wick die and have the spin-offs keep the universe going. Yeah, which I think was the original plan, but like I said, this is also why I'm a little bit nervous for Chapter 5, is because they were setting that stuff up. They have a Continental series coming out on Peacock. They have The Ballerina with Ana de Armas coming out. She's a spin-off from John Wick. I would love to see a Donnie Yen spin-off with what was his character's name? Kane, I think it was Kane in chapter 4. I'd love to see a spinoff with him. I'd love to see more of that character. And I feel like that's what they were planning on doing until they saw the money that John Wick chapter 4 made, and now they're like, pump out a 5th one because we want more money, and that's what makes me nervous. Toxic Gamer 331, I'm 100% sure Bale isn't in The Flash. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go 100% because I don't like to go. I mean, that's why I didn't go 100% on Drax dying. I went 97%. I'm not confident that Bale's in The Flash, but he could pop up. So 95% of me is saying he's not in there, but 5% of me is saying maybe he'd be an interesting surprise. Frankie Peacemaker, did you know Avengers 5 and 6 are on my most dissipated films of the MCU? Are your most anticipated films of the MCU? Is that what you're saying, or you're not anticipating them? I feel like they're supposed to say anticipated films of the MCU. I cannot wait for Avengers 5. Well, honestly, I don't know if I can say I can't wait for Avengers 5 and 6 because while I've still enjoyed the MCU, while I've liked it, building up to the Avengers film, I don't feel like this is the time in the MCU where they've built up to a new Avengers film in the least interesting way to me. Like phase 1 with Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, like Thor, all that was so exciting to get to that Avengers film. They did a great job with that. Phase 2, with the sequels to those characters, you wanted to see them come back again in Avengers Age of Ultron. That was decently well. But Phase 3 with Civil War, we're splitting up the Avengers, introducing Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Black Panther, all these great characters, bringing the Guardians into the fold. I'd never been more excited for, let alone an Avengers movie, any movie, than I was for Avengers Infinity War. The hype was just so high. Then you had Endgame, which was gonna, fill in that cliffhanger of Infinity War. Could not be more excited for that. Going into Avengers Kang Dynasty, I'm like, yeah, it's an Avengers film. I want to see it, but I'm not as pumped. I'm not as hyped as I was for those other Avengers films, just because of the way they've been building these characters up. These new characters have not been the best that they have done in the past, my opinion. Toxic Gamer 331, Pinocchio 2022 was my least favorite Disney live-action remake. A lot of people agree with you. I'm not one of them. I thought it was decent. For what it was, I thought it was fine. Where are we at? Responding to Ryan Smith. Nathan's Random Movies. My least favorite Disney live-action remake were Dumbo, 102 Dalmatians, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Pinocchio, and Alice in Wonderland. I don't think I ever saw Alice Through the Looking Glass. I saw Alice in Wonderland a very long time ago. 102 Dalmatians is also a long time ago. But Dumbo... Man, Dumbo was just... I did not enjoy my experience with Dumbo at all. All right, guys. We're going to move on. We're going to go on over to topic number 2. All right. Topic number 2. And topic number 2 is this, guys. All right. One of the most anticipated films to come into the MCU that I'm really looking forward to, a lot of people are looking forward to, is Deadpool 3. Now, there's a lot going on with Deadpool 3 at the moment. They have started filming. However, they're filming during a writer's strike, and Ryan Reynolds is part of the Writers Guild of America, which basically means he has to stick to the script of Deadpool 3. He can't improvise on the set. That makes me a little bit nervous, but I understand why they're going forward with shooting Deadpool 3 right now because of schedules. You got to stick to the timeline. If you can get it done, you got to get it done. So going into Deadpool filming this week, a lot of stuff has been coming out about the movie, and one big thing in particular that's coming out about the movie is rumors of some cameos, specifically cameos of the OG X-Men. So where this is coming from, and this is why I say very strict rumors, is because reading articles about these rumors, all of this comes from this tweet from a guy. This guy named at Can We Get Toast. Great name, buddy. And this is what he said. He said, birthday scoop. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine won't be the only X-Men returning in Deadpool 3. Halle Berry, Famke Janssen. I didn't know that was the original Jean Grey's name. That Famke. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. And James Marsden will also reprise their roles as Storm, Jean Grey, and Cyclops, respectively. So this guy's a scooper. I've looked into some of his previous scoops. He has been right in the past before. And another thing that really fuels this rumor that's going around right now is the fact that you had Halle Berry recently go out on her Instagram and post this picture of herself with a new haircut that, to the X-Men fan, to the Marvel fan, to the movie fan, definitely looks like a Storm haircut. It definitely looks like the haircut that she rocks when she performs as Storm. And when you compare that with the fact that Deadpool 3 is filming at the moment, it doesn't feel like coincidences that these are coming together. So, what are my thoughts on bringing back the X-Men, the original X-Men, into Deadpool 3? Honestly, I think it could be really cool. Now, there's two ways that they could do this. Because they have Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in this movie, it makes sense to bring these specific X-Men in. We saw a little cheap cameo, a little joke, a little gag of the X-Men First Class cast in Deadpool 2. They were just kind of in the background. I could see potentially Deadpool 3 doing something like that with the original X-Men, bringing these characters back just to kind of have them pop in for a second, maybe make it a joke. But if they're legit going to bring these characters back for narrative purposes, I think that this kind of fuels even more the speculation that Deadpool 3 will kind of be inspired by Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and they're going to do Deadpool Kills the Fox Universe, especially when you have Deadpool in the midst of the multiverse saga of the MCU. There's rumors that Owen Wilson is coming back as Mobius and that they're going to involve the TVA. They're playing with time. They're playing with timelines. They're playing with characters. In Loki, we saw a lot about timelines being destroyed. Is the Fox universe of X-Men and where Deadpool lives currently, is that going to be destroyed? I think that could be interesting. I think that could be a lot of fun to explore and play with. And honestly, when you bring Hugh Jackman back, there's rumors they're also bringing Patrick Stewart back. There's even rumors they're bringing Ian McKellen back. Everybody's just coming back for X-Men. Why not include these characters as well? And I would lie if I said that I wasn't going to get giddy seeing these characters again. In the same way that Spider-Man No Way Home brought Tobey and Andrew into the fold of the MCU, I feel like it's a respectful way, because we don't have the MCU today without that first X-Men film all the way back in 98? With these characters, with these actors, they really kickstarted or helped to kickstart the superhero genre phenomenon that we're living in today. I think it would be great to bring these characters into the MCU and have them be a part of this legacy. But that's just my thoughts and opinions on this, guys. What are you guys thinking of this? Do you think there's a chance that the X-Men, the OG X-Men, show up in Deadpool 3? Do you think it'll just be for a gag? Do you think they'll be important to the story? Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on this, guys. And let's take a look at what you guys are saying about this. Ooh. If it seems I'm going a little faster than I usually do tonight, guys, it is because of my throat. I am starting to feel something. So, yeah, let's do another 5 to 10 minutes of questions, and then we'll head on over to topic number 3. Toxic Gamer 331. At least they didn't do a fully CGI Chadwick Boseman fully in Wakanda Forever. Dude, that would be... Oh, man, that would have been a bad choice. I could not even imagine if they had done that. I don't think it would have gone over well at all. I was watching Wakanda Forever last night, and when it gets to the part where Shuri goes into the ancestral plane and she sees Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, I was, in the back of my head, I was thinking, like, can you imagine if they had done this scene and they tried to have Chadwick Boseman CGI'd in here and tried to make that work? I don't think it would have worked at all, so I'm glad they didn't do that. Nathan's Random Movies, what are your favorite movie franchises? I mean, the MCU is the number one. Star Wars is up there. Back to the Future is there. Bill and Ted is there. John Wick is there. Mission Impossible. Yeah, there's a lot of great franchises. I would say Jurassic Park, but I only really like Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic World. And Lost World is good too. But, yeah, the rest of that franchise is not great. Nathan's Random Movies, hot take. I like Terminator Dark Fate. I did not think Dark Fate was the worst thing in the world for Terminator. I just felt like it followed too many familiar beats, and it wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, and it ended up being kind of a forgettable film, to be honest. Frankie Peacemaker, what do you think I could use for my next videos then? Oh, man. You could do Across the Spider-Verse movie review. You could rank all the Spider-Man movies that have come out. You could do a build up to the Flash. You could review the DCEU movies leading up to the Flash. You could rank the DCEU movies leading up to the Flash. There's a bunch of things that if you look at what's coming out in June, there's a bunch of topic waves that you can ride this entire month. You could do an entire ranking of the Pixar films once Elemental comes out. Just look at what's coming out. Think of ideas that you can use to include what's coming out into video ideas. You could make 100 video ideas just based on this month alone. There's so much coming out. You could rank the Transformers movies. You could rank the characters in Transformers if you wanted to. Toxic Gamer 331. Here's a hot take. My least favorite Terminator movie is Terminator Salvation. I don't blame you. I think Terminator Salvation is a fine movie, but it's not. I didn't find it very entertaining. I thought it was kind of interesting, like trying to do something different and take it into the future and tell a Terminator movie from John Connor's story in the future. I didn't think it worked very well for the movie that they had. So I don't blame you for that, man. But I do think that is a hot take. The Brock Upside, what's going on, Cody? Thank you for being here tonight, man. Thanks for joining. I'm sure James Cameron can figure out how to make Terminator underwater, then he'll write like the wind. Yes. Give me my Terminator and Avatar crossover. That's what I want. I want my Terminator and Avatar crossover. Schofield Studios, my hot take. My favorite action movie is Terminator 2. That's not a hot take. That's pretty common. You find a lot of people who think that Terminator 2 is the best action film of all time. Tyler Calvert's in here. What's going on, Tyler? Thanks for being here tonight, man. The true plot twist will be the new Terminator script actually being written by from AI. I wouldn't put it past James Cameron to give that a try. That's hilarious. Nathan's Random Movies. Terminator 2 legit one of the best movies in general. Yeah, man. Terminator 2 is so great. It's so great. Frankie Beastmaker. No, I did not. I'm still subscribed to Film Stock. All right. Nice, man. Yeah, stay subscribed to him, man. He's fantastic. Wow, you guys are killing the chat. That's amazing. Frankie Beastmaker. You'll get upset, but I think Morbius is better than the Batman. You like Morbius better than the Bat? All right, man. To each their own, man. I can't say that I agree with you, but I'm glad that you enjoy Morbius that much, dude. I'm sure. I'm sure that I'm sure Jared Leto is glad that you do too. He needs someone to watch that movie. Frankie Beastmaker. I never said I was. I was going to block him, and I said you. Okay. I don't know what we're talking about here, but I think it's a conversation amongst you guys. Brock Upside. I never knew you watched Zach. Yeah, Zach's a homie. Yeah, man. Cody's been on the channel before. We got to get you back on the channel soon, Cody. I've been meaning to reach out to you, but I haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, we got to get you back on the channel, dude. I want to chat movies with you again. I hope you're doing well. You seem to be doing really great over on your channel, dude. I'm proud of you. Nathan's Random Movies. My rankings of the films are 6-1. Genesis, Rise of the Machines, Salvation, Dark Fate, The Terminator, but the best is T2. Yeah, Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, they're at the top of everybody's list. I flip-flop back and forth. Terminator is more of a horror film than Terminator 2 is. Terminator 2 is like straight-up action. They're both great. I love them both. But yeah, Rise of the Machines is fine. I kind of forget about it. Genesis is not very good. The first 30 minutes are kind of interesting when they recreate scenes from the first film, but other than that, I didn't really like it. The View with Drew. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is by far the best action movie ever made. The action is incredible. Arnold is an amazing hero. Linda Hamilton was a strong female character. The T-1000 is a terrifying villain. Yeah, man. Linda Hamilton, I have huge respect for her. She got jacked for that movie. Especially compared to how she just played kind of the scared waitress in Terminator 1. She was insanely jacked, and she did a lot for the role of Terminator 2. She was awesome. Ryan Smith, are you a college football fan? No, I'm not. I don't watch any sports, to be honest with you. Frankie Beastmaker, my favorite Marvel film is Endgame, Infinity War, and No Way Home. Apart from Infinity War is one. Yeah, Infinity War is my favorite MCU film too. It's just so good. Toxic Gamer 331. Zach, what's your favorite horror movie? My favorite horror movie? I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I do like the Conjuring films. I like Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2 to be specific. Conjuring 2 a little bit more. The Black Phone's a horror film. I like The Black Phone. The Thing. I love The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Nightmare on Elm Street's pretty good. Yeah, those are a couple. Nathan's Random Movies. My favorite multiverse movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, man, that movie is so creative. It is so smart. I don't love it, I think, as much as a lot of people do, but I really like that movie. And it totally deserved all the Oscar wins that it got. Frankie Peacemaker, I agree. I don't think Multiverse of Madness should be called Multiverse of Madness. There's not enough multiverse core or man is in the film. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, I mean, it just didn't go crazy enough with the multiverse concept, I don't think. I think it just kind of it was a bigger title than the movie deserved, and I think that was a detriment. Because Multiverse of Madness kind of it gives you expectations for this like crazy adventure through the multiverse, and in the end, it was just kind of, hey, we're at a world where red means go and green means stop. It's like, really? That's it? All right. I do like that movie though. I enjoy it. Read comics. I hope Sam Raimi returns for Doctor Strange 3. I think it's a must. The edge he brought to it would be great for a movie with Dormammu as the villain. Clea is awesome and will make for a great story. I'd be down for Sam Raimi to return for Doctor Strange 3. Like I don't think he's right for an Avengers film, but I would be down to see him return for Doctor Strange 3. I agree with that. Frankie Beastmaker says, if they do Doctor Strange 3D away from Multiverse of Madness, because that film is a good film, but it's not as good as it could have been. You are mean. It's a good film, but it's not as good at work as it could have been. Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I agree. It's not as good. Wanda saves it. Wanda Maximoff, Elizabeth Olsen's performance as Wanda in that movie completely saves that movie. She is fantastic as the villain. All of her sequences, the way that Sam Raimi uses her as the horror figure in that movie, I thought worked very well for that movie. I loved it. All right, guys. We're going to move on. We're going to talk topic number 3 now. And topic number 3, whoops, what did I just do? There we go. Topic number 3 is going to be this, guys. So, the Transformers franchise. The Transformers franchise is at an up and down road for sure. The first one came out in 2007. I actually really liked it. I saw it when I was like 8 years old. Terminator. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, not so great. Transformers Dark of the Moon, I like parts of that movie. Overall, I would say I like it, but it's still not very good. Age of Extinction, I hated. I did not like Age of Extinction. Last night, I was super bad as well. The Michael Bay movies are hit and miss for a lot of people. Then they came out with Bumblebee, and Bumblebee was delightful. I really enjoyed Bumblebee. It did not do financially as well as a lot of the other Transformers did, but critically it did well, audience score did well, and now we have another Transformers film coming out in just over 2 weeks. It actually just might be over a week, in Transformers Rise of the Beast. And we have some first reactions coming out for Transformers Rise of the Beast. Let's take a look at what some of these people are saying about this movie, shall we? All right. So this comes to us from Screen Rant, and they've collected a bunch of tweets about Transformers Rise of the Beast. So here's what they had to say. Adam, the Adam Review says, action game changer. Optimus returns in an ambitious battle royale full of amazing set pieces that grab your gears and deliver full loads of entertainment. This isn't just another movie, it's the best Transformers film ever. A fitting setup for what's next. Karam Horn says, just saw a screening of Transformers Rise of the Beast in New York and had a blast. Stephen Cable Jr. gave me everything I love about Gen 1, Beast Wars, 90s hip-hop, and Brooklyn, all rolled into a fun summer movie. Let's go. At Collider Frosty says, happy to say that Transformers Rise of the Beast is one of the best installments in the franchise. It's a lot of fun, CGI looks great, and it has well-staged action that's easy to follow. The screening I saw actually had people clapping in the theater, and the kids laughed a lot. At Exo the 216 was able to catch a screening of Transformers Rise of the Beast, and man, is it a blast. The entire film feels authentic and true to the spirit of the franchise while being character first. I love hearing that, being character first, because that's something the Transformers films in Michael Bay's time didn't always have in mind. It was action, explosions, sometimes without any purpose. So the fact that they're putting characters first, love hearing that. This film truly delivers a great experience for the hardcore fans and the casual moviegoers. Dorina Park says, Transformers Rise of the Beast took everything that worked from Bumblebee and amplified it. Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback delivered great performances. Pete Davidson's Mirage stole every scene he had. I'm a little on the fence about how I feel about Pete Davidson being the voice of a Transformers. I feel like it's going to be distracting because Pete Davidson has such a distinct way of talking and voice, but it sounds like he's doing a good job here. As a fan of the cartoon and franchise, I really enjoyed this film. Cassian says Transformers Rise of the Beast is an entertaining ride. With the addition of the Primals, there's a lot of mouths to feed. In trade-off, the plot's fairly simple, which the movie benefits from. 90s hip-hop makes for a welcome backdrop for this universe. I'm open to seeing more of it. Jermaine Lassiere says, totally dug Transformers Rise of the Beast. It's got some issues in the middle, but it starts strong and has fantastic 90s hip-hop. A lot of people saying it's got a lot of 90s hip-hop and a lot of 90s feels, so that's awesome. 90s hip-hop makes great use of the humans, and the third act is a blast. Plus, I damn near jumped out of my seat at the end, right up there with the first Bay and Bumblebee. Brandon Davis says Transformers Rise of the Beast plays like the ultimate Saturday morning cartoon. Some dope Transformers action. Anthony Ramos and Pete Davidson are great. Even if some of the dialogue is a little clunky, it's a lean, fun movie and promising start to something exciting. Block A says Transformers Rise of the Beast delivers one of the better and more coherent installments in the franchise. That is fantastic to hear. Coherent. I cannot wait. They clearly understood what worked so well with 2018's Bumblebee. I also love hearing that. As Rise of the Beast has heart and the human characters are more likable, Mirage will walk away as the fan favorite. A lot of love for Pete Davidson in this. I love seeing it. Mark Paces says Transformers Rise of the Beast makes good use of the animated movie's storyline and integrates the Maximals and Terracrones to good effect. Stakes are high and Scourge is a terrifying and powerful villain. Action-packed with a lot of heart, albeit with some cheese on top. Oh, whoops, what did I just do? Oh, well, anyways, doesn't matter. Anyways, those were the end of the tweets. So, guys, I'll be honest. Going into Transformers before reading these tweets, I was feeling kind of excited from the trailers, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be good necessarily. I thought the action looked really good. I thought it brought it back to kind of the best part of the Michael Bay films, which was the action, which Bumblebee, I'll admit, was lacking a little bit. So I'm glad that they're saying the action is back in this one. But after reading these tweets, I'm getting way more excited for Transformers Rise of the Beast than I was before. This sounds like it's going to be a fun time. That's really all that I want from this Transformers film. I just want good action, fun characters, fun moments, and just a fun movie all overall. And from these reactions, it seems like that's what we're going to be getting. So what do you guys think of these reactions for Transformers Rise of the Beast? Do they up your hype? Were you already super hyped? Do you not care still? Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about this, guys. Tell me how you're feeling going into Transformers Rise of the Beast. And without further ado, let's take a look at what you guys are saying. All right. Let's see here. Where do we leave off? We left off right here. Nathan's Random Movies. I still strongly recommend Air. Yeah, I know. I gotta see it. I will see it. I promise I will see it. Dr. Gamer 331. I think someone that isn't that big of a director should direct Secret Wars. It may be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of want them to bring Jon Favreau back. I really do. I think Jon Favreau could do a great job. Frankie Beastmaker, what ranking video do you think I should rank next? Probably just do the Spider-Man. After Across the Spider-Verse, do Spider-Man. That'll be trending a little bit. Might get some traction on that. Schofield Studios, have Sam Raimi direct Doctor Strange 3, and whoever did the visual effects and cinematography in the first film, do it for the third film as well. Yeah, that was something about Multiverse of Madness 2, is the effects kind of a downgrade from where they were in the first film. The first film's effects were so good. Were so good. They were great. And that was missing from the sequel. So I agree. Bring those people back. I don't know who they were, but they should come back. Frankie Beastmaker, this may be a hot take, but two and the last one of are the best Terminator movies. So Genesis and Dark Fate are the best Terminator movies? That would be a hot take. Absolutely. Nathan's Random Movies. Are you going to watch The Continental, one of the spin-offs of John Wick? I want to. I don't have Peacock here, though, in Canada. So I'll have to find out where to watch that. But I'm interested. I definitely am interested in watching that. Frankie Beastmaker, remember guys, once this thing is, I forgot my channel and you can see my ranking. Don't forget to comment as well. Let me know how you rank them in the comments. And remember, my opinion's not right. It's just my opinion. Yep, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Nathan's Random Movies. As much as I love the first two Deadpools, I'm a bit skeptical of Deadpool 3. I'm not too skeptical about Deadpool 3 based on how it's going to be as a movie, just like with the writers coming out saying that Disney was completely backed off. They didn't give them any notes. They didn't tell them what to do. They had full reign. It's going to be rated R. They're bringing in Hugh Jackman. There's a lot going for Deadpool 3. My only hesitant with Deadpool 3 at the moment is the fact that with the writer's strike, they can't improv. Ryan Reynolds can't improv. Now, they could get around that pretty easily in post-production as long as the writer's strike is over by the time they get to post-production, because Deadpool has a mask on, so they could just ADR a bunch of lines from Ryan Reynolds if you wanted to improvise in post-production. But yeah, I think Deadpool 3, if they do it as well as I think they can do it and poke fun at the Disney merge with Fox and bring it brought into the MCU, it's gonna be a hoot. It could be a really great time. Frankie Beastmaker, Beastmaker. I think Ben Affleck and Christian Bale are the two best Batman. I know a lot of people like Christian Bale, but not so much Ben Affleck. Or don't you like Ben Affleck so much? But I think his Batman is good. I love Ben Affleck's Batman. I really liked him in Batman vs Superman. I thought he was a complete goof and came off terribly in the theatrical cut of Justice League. But then I loved him again in Zack Snyder's Justice League cut. So I'm kind of sad we don't have Ben Affleck. Oh no, we're gonna get Ben Affleck. I'm so excited to see Ben Affleck as Batman in The Flash. And then he's done. I'm kind of sad that he's done after The Flash, but I'm looking forward to seeing some more Ben Affleck Batman in The Flash, man. It's gonna be awesome. What we got here? Read comics. Ryan not being able to improvise doesn't worry me too much. He and the writers have been working on this for a while, so it must be good. I can't wait to see the TVA's involvement. Yeah, that is one thing, is that the script has been worked on for a long time. They definitely have probably gotten a lot of drafts done. If they have to just shoot with the script that they have, I do have faith that what they wrote was fun and was funny and was good. And they could also just be shooting like the action scenes and the exterior shots and all that stuff right now if they wanted to wait a little bit before they do dialogue. And they can do other people's scenes as well without Ryan. But yeah, the TVA's involvement is going to be interesting. I wonder how that's going to play out. Read Comics. Oh, by the way, welcome, Read Comics. Thank you for being here tonight, man. I don't think I welcomed you yet, but thank you so much for being here. I love having you here, man. I don't really want to see any other Fox X-Men back other than Wolverine, because Fox didn't understand most of them or do them well. You know what's the advantage though to having them come back in a Deadpool movie is Deadpool can totally poke fun and make fun of that if they wanted to. Now, I personally I didn't know the characters before the movies, so the movies were my introduction to them, so I don't have that criticism. I'd be excited to see them back again, but I totally understand that, man. The Brock Upside. I'd be fine with Days of Future Past being the last time we see the original X-Men, but oh man, seeing them all again in 2024 would be sick, even if Deadpool ends up killing them. That would be such an interesting... the way that they would have to do that would be such an interesting balance, because you couldn't do it disrespectfully. You'd have to make it funny, I would imagine. I don't believe that they would kill them tragically in a Deadpool film, but I don't think that they would kill them all. I also don't think they'd bring them into the MCU, so I'm not quite sure what their plan is with these X-Men characters. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Oh, we did a big jump there. The View with Drew. Here's a huge question. What movie would you say is the worst? X-Men Origins, Wolverine, or Dark Phoenix? I hear some people say Dark Phoenix is worse and Origins, Wolverine is at least laughably bad. I think... Oh, man. I think that Wolverine is worse, but it's the more enjoyable movie to watch in a so bad it's good. I think Dark Phoenix is just bad, but also bland and boring. I did not enjoy watching that movie in the movie theater at all when I saw that. But there's moments in Wolverine Origins where I can laugh and have fun with it. So I'm going to go with it's worse, but I'd rather watch it. Nathan's Random Movies. My favorite X-Men film is Logan. Yeah, man, Logan is so good. It's between Logan and Days of Future Past for me, because Days of Future Past, I know it's beloved, but I do kind of feel like it's underrated a little bit in how much comic book movies that we have now. I feel like it gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. Frankie Beastmaker. Okay, later I will rank all the Spider-Man films. Should I include Venom and Morbius or not? I mean, up to you, man. I personally wouldn't include them as Spider-Man films. There's Spider-Man adjacent films, but I personally wouldn't include them in the Spider-Man ranking. But it's up to you, man. It's your choice. Michael 101591. Well, welcome, Michael. Thanks for being here tonight, man. Hey, Zach. Hey, Michael. Seeing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Awesome, dude. Awesome, Michael 101591. I'm seeing it on Friday, hopefully, and I'm very excited, especially with all these reviews coming out and all these reactions. I cannot wait. Schofield Studios. At Frankie Beastmaker, I have some ideas I've tried out myself. You may like a top 5 movies that ruined by the ending, movies I like that other people hate, and movies saved by their ending. Those are very good suggestions. Yeah, there's so many. There's so many that you can do. It's crazy. The Dave show. What's going on, Dave? What's up? Hey, buddy, what's up? Check out the stream on my lunch break. Well, welcome. Thanks for checking out your stream. I hope you're having a great time at work. I hope you're having a good shift, and I hope you continue to have a good shift, man. Frankie Beastmaker, have you seen Jean-Claude Van Damme movies? Honestly, I have not. I have to. That's an area of film where I'm kind of. That's my blind spot. That Jackie Chan movies, martial art movies in general, and anime. Those are my blind spots as a film fan. I gotta get on those. The Brock Upside. If you need a partner for either Flash or Indiana Jones, I got you, dude. We're definitely gonna talk about. I think Indiana Jones would be good to have you on for. I do want to do something with the Flash. I'm not quite sure about that yet. But yeah, we'll talk further, dude. We'll talk further. Frankie Beastmaker says, Zach, I got you a new subscriber. Well, thank you very much. Welcome to the channel. It's an honor to have you here. We're very happy to have you here. We hope you have fun. And yeah, this is great. Thank you so much, man. Toxic Gamer 331. Here's a tough question for you, Zach. If you could name one minor positive of Son of the Mask, what would be the positive? I don't think there's anything redeemable in that movie. Positive in Son of the Mask. It is mercifully short. I think. I can't remember. The guy who played Loki wasn't terrible. Yeah, okay. There you go. There's my positive. Thanks for the challenge, man. Nathan's Random Movies. Are you excited for Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem? Okay. I've been on a journey with this movie because when they announced the movie, I was excited because it was being produced. It was being done by Seth Rogen. I thought maybe this will be the Turtles movie that kind of grows them up a little bit. They remember that kids who grew up with the Turtles are now adults as well. So you can have the kid Turtles, but you should also have something for the adults that grew up with it. I thought maybe this would be it. Saw the first teaser, thought, nope, looks kiddie, not for me. And then the trailer started playing more and more in the theater as I went to movies. And it grew on me, and I was like, dang it, this is looking charming, actually. And then they just released the first, or not the first, but they released the official trailer for the movie this morning. I watched it, and I was like, okay, I'm looking forward to checking this out now. It looks fun. It looks cute. It looks charming. It looks fun. The Turtles feel like the Turtles that I love. I'm actually kind of intrigued to watch it. Film Stock fan. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking a break from watching Film Stock to check us out, man. That's awesome. Just to be clear on Frankie Beastmaker on Film Stock fan. Just to be clear, Frankie Beaster, I'm Film Stock fan. Oh, you're not Film Stocked. I get it. Toxic Gamer 331. They should do Nightmare as the villain of Doctor Strange 3. I'm not familiar with who that is. I don't know anything about Doctor Strange villains or the comic books or anything like that. I've read Spider-Man comics where he's crossed over, but that's all I know. But Nightmare sounds pretty cool. Schofield Studios is responding to View with Drew. 10% I like to see Will Ferrell in comedies, but I have no interest in the concept of source material. How about you? I'm not quite sure what we're talking about. I must have missed it. Sorry. Michael Entity. What's going on, Michael? Thanks for being here tonight, man. How's your short film going, man? How's that working out for you? Zach, my guy, can't wait to hear your opinions on Across the Spider-Verse. Can't wait to bring them to you, man. Can't wait to watch the movie. Hopefully enjoy it. Cannot wait to talk about it with you guys. Likewise, man. Likewise. I can't wait to see your review, too. Toxic Gamer 331. They could do some stuff that pushes the PG-13 rating similar to Multiverse of Madness. In Avengers, is that what you're talking about? I could see that happening for sure. Film Stock fan says you need to watch you need to watch my Chapman review. I've never seen Chapman. I like watching reviews after I've seen the movie, so maybe once I watch Chapman, I'll check out your review, man. But yeah, absolutely. If you guys have seen Chapman, check out Film Stock Fan's video on it. See what he had to say. All right, guys. We're going to just knock out topic number 4 now. And then we'll take your comments and questions for as long as I can survive. And yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. All right, guys. Topic number 4 is this. In just a little over 2 weeks, The Flash is opening. Now, The Flash is a movie that has had a lot of controversy, a lot of hype behind it. It looks great from the trailers, at least I think so. Michael Keaton's coming back. There's a lot to be excited about with The Flash. However, with The Flash, the star of The Flash is Ezra Miller. Now, Ezra Miller as The Flash, in the Justice League theatrical cut, I didn't really like him all that much. I thought he was kind of annoying. When we got to the Zack Snyder's Justice League, I thought Ezra did a much better job. I think Zack Snyder probably just directed Ezra a lot better than Joss Whedon did when they did the theatrical cut of Justice League. So I ended up liking the Flash character by Ezra Miller a lot more in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And that actually got me looking forward to seeing him in the Flash movie more than I was before. And then Ezra Miller did some stuff, committed some crimes that they haven't fully been accounted for yet. So now you've got people on two sides of the fence. You got those who are just looking forward to seeing the Flash. They don't care about, or they can at least look past that Ezra Miller is the lead in the movie, and they're just focusing on the movie itself. Then you got those who are like, I'm not watching anything with Ezra Miller. I refuse to watch the Flash. And there's also another side of the fence. I guess I made 3 sides of the fence of those that are like, okay, I'll watch the Flash movie. It was shot before Ezra Miller did a bunch of crimes and did all these crazy hijinks. I'll watch this movie, but he cannot be Flash in any other movie moving forward. Well, those people are not going to get along very well with Andy Muschietti, because Andy Muschietti, the director of The Flash, has come out and said that if they are going to do a sequel, Ezra's his boy, and he ain't leaving him behind. Is what they had to say. This was from an article in Variety. And it says here, Ezra Miller will continue being the Flash as long as director Andy Muschietti is involved in the Warner Brothers superhero franchise. During an interview on the Discourse podcast, Muschietti said that he has no plans to recast Miller despite the actor's history of legal troubles and alleged abuse. If a sequel happens, yes, Muschietti said about having Miller back as the Flash. I don't think there's anyone that can play that character as well as they did. The other depictions of the character are great, but this particular vision of the character, they just excelled in doing it. And as you said, the 2 Barrys, it feels like a character that was made for them. The Flash producer Barbara Muschietti, Andy's wife, also added, in principal photography, Ezra was brilliant and the most committed and the most professional actor. Ezra gave everything for this role, physically, creatively, emotionally. They were absolutely supreme. All right. So that comes to us from the director and the producer of the Flash film saying, hey, you know what? We don't want to see Ezra go anywhere. All right. So, couple thoughts on this. First of all, I can see why they would feel this way about Ezra, because the movie was shot before all this stuff went down with Ezra Miller, or at least a large majority of it went down with Ezra Miller. They had an on-set relationship. It sounds like they had a great relationship with him. They probably feel for Ezra quite a bit. They probably don't want to just dump him. They're probably friends, you know? They probably really care about Ezra, and they don't honestly want to leave him behind. Now, there's also another thing, too, where it's not really Andy Muschietti's choice. Andy Muschietti can say all he wants, that he wants Ezra Miller to remain as the Flash in a sequel, if they even get a sequel. That's another thing in here, too, is they're not confirmed to get a sequel. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But Andy Muschietti, he can say all he wants, that he wants Ezra back. It's not ultimately up to Andy Muschietti. James Gunn and Peter Safran, they are the heads of the studios. They run DC Studios. If they don't want Ezra Miller back, Ezra Miller will not be coming back, despite what Andy Muschietti wants. And when you look at it from a studio head perspective, if you look at the core of your audience, which are the fans, the ones that James Gunn is obviously seeing on Twitter, because James Gunn just can't get off Twitter. They are basically chanting from the rooftops, we don't want Ezra as Flash anymore. And I feel like even if Andy Muschietti was like, yeah, we're doing a sequel, we're bringing Ezra on, I feel like James Gunn and Peter Safran will be the ones to be like, actually, for the best of our business, the best thing for the business and for this movie is to not have Ezra come back. And I feel like that will be the end of it there. But honestly, guys, I've seen a lot of people freaking out about this quote. I've seen a lot of people quite mad at Andy Muschietti. Honestly, here's what I honestly think is going on here. He's promoting the movie. The movie is still just a little over 2 weeks away. When promoting a movie that's not even out yet, that's coming out, you can't tell the world that you're not going to continue on with the lead actor in this movie. Yeah, come see the Flash movie with Ezra Miller. By the way, he won't be that before the movie comes out. This feels to me like Andy Muschietti kind of saving face a little bit. I don't think Ezra Miller will be coming back as the Flash. I feel like even if Peter Safran and James Gunn kind of give pity to Ezra or feel empathy for Ezra, I feel like that will not overpower their business instincts of, we just cannot have this guy come back and reprise this role. The fans will just revolt. So that's what I honestly think is going on here. I think that Andy Muschietti, he's just in a position right now where his movie's not out yet. He's got a problematic star. He's going to have people asking questions about what's the future with Ezra Miller. What are they doing? He has to lie at this point. He has to say, hey, you know what? I'm bringing him back. If we do a sequel, yep, Ezra will be it. If they're clear and they're doing well with their rehabilitation, they will be in the sequel as well. And I personally do not buy it whatsoever. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of the possibility that they're going to continue with Ezra as the films progress? And I mean, honestly, James Gunn, he's basically ripping the carpet out of this whole thing anyways. He's moving on to do the DCU, leaving the DCEU behind us. There may not even be a Flash sequel. Do you think there will be? Do you think they'll bring on Ezra or recast? Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about this, guys. And without further ado, let's take a look at what you guys are saying about this. And with that, guys, that is the last topic of the night. We're just going to go on with your comments and questions. I'm not going to lie. My throat is really starting to get there for me, and I'm really trying not to get sick before Across the Spider-Verse. So I'm going to go for as long as I can with these comments and questions that you guys have written in. But unlike some other live shows that we've done, I may not get to all of them, to be honest. But I'm going to do my best. So let's just kick it off. Let's go with Michael 101591. I really enjoyed all 4 Transformers films. Last night I really hated with a passion, but I loved Bumblebee. Looking forward to Rise of the Beast. I like that it's set in the 90s. Yeah, I don't like all 4 Transformers films, but I like the first, I like the third to an extent, Bumblebee, and yeah, Rise of the Beast being set in the 90s, I think that's really cool. I think that'll bring a new, unique spin and perspective on it that I'm really looking forward to checking out. The Reed Dave Show says, looking forward to the new Transformers movie. Me too, especially after reading all of those tweets and reactions, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Reed Comics. Transformers was the first thing I was ever into. I love the Michael Bay movies, but Bumblebee is the best. Great story, live action, G1 is perfect, and the Rise of the Beast is doing more of that. Yeah, I didn't really get into the Transformers cartoon from the 80s, but even I, someone who is not that familiar with Transformers lore, when Bumblebee started and it was on Cybertron and it was this epic action sequence on Cybertron, even I was getting giddy. Even I was excited about that. I could tell that it hit the hardcore Transformers fans in their gut. The View with Drew. At Schofield Studios, I agree. I think it has a great cast of characters, but it's coming out in the same month as Oppenheimer and Mission Impossible 7. I missed something here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm in the middle of a conversation that I'm not sure about. Jason Entertainment, what's going on, Jason? Thanks for being here tonight, man. Hey, Zach, how you doing? Bumblebee is the best Transformers for me. I'm getting excited for Transformers Rise of the Beast. Dude, Bumblebee is my favorite, too. That's the best one for me, too. And I am starting to really anticipate Rise of the Beast. I think it's going to be fun. Oh, we did a jump. Where are we at? Wow, you guys are killing the chat. Wow. Amazing. Thank you everybody. Thank you everybody for being here, for contributing and writing in. I'm very grateful for all that. Thank you so much. Sully Streams, what's going on? Sully, thanks for being here tonight, man. What's up, Zach? Definitely looking forward to Transformers, rewatching all of them now. Dude, I can't do it. I can't rewatch them. I'm just gonna I feel like this movie is detached from all the Michael Bay movies. I'm just gonna go in and watch it. I might rewatch Bumblebee before I watch it, but I cannot do all the Transformer films again. I just can't do it. Schofield Studios. Wait, Oppenheimer and Mission Impossible 7 is coming out in the same month. Now that's a fire month. Yeah, dude, from here on out, it's fire. June, July, August. It's insane. And yeah, it's July. All of them are in July. Luke Ponto, what's going on, Luke Ponto? Thanks for being here tonight, man. I know it's late where you are, so I appreciate you jumping in here. My man Zach, what's going on, brother? Hope all is well. All's well, man. All is doing well. I do feel like I'm coming down with a little something. I hope I'm not. Definitely gonna take like some Buckleys or something before I go to bed tonight to try and catch this thing before it starts. But other than that, I'm doing all right, man. Thanks for asking. Luke Ponto, watched anything good recently? Honestly, nothing too great. I've been rewatching a lot of stuff. Watched Wakanda Forever. I watched Civil War. Recently, I watched the first John Wick recently. But as far as new things, I don't think I've watched anything new besides Little Mermaid on last weekend. Toxic Gamer 331. I'm on the road to 200 subscribers now. Hip hooray! That's awesome, dude. I wish you luck, guys. If you haven't checked out Toxic Gamer, check him out. Help him get to 200 subscribers. That's awesome, man. Zack Attacks Reviews. Bring all the X-Men back. They were important to comic book films. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is a very respectful thing to do. If you're referring to the original X-Men from the 90s, I feel like that's what you're referring to. I'm looking forward bringing them into Deadpool 3, bringing them into the MCU, let them have their glory moments like Toby and Andrew got to have, and then recast and go on with your new X-Men in the MCU. Nathan's Random Movies. The worst is Origins Wolverine. Easily the most boring movie I have ever seen. Yeah, it's not great, but I don't think it's as boring as Dark Phoenix. just to be blunt. The Reed Dave Show. Everyone go see The Machine. Such a good movie. I did a review on the channel. I don't think my theater got The Machine, but I've heard a lot of people talking about The Machine. I do want to check it out eventually. That's like not Guy Ritchie. Is that? No, it's not Guy Ritchie. But I do have to see that. Toxic Gamer 331. Dark Phoenix is one of my least favorite movies of all time. I don't know if I'd go that harsh, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. Toxic Gamer 331. Logan was really good. Logan was insanely good. James Mangold and Hugh Jackman killed it with that movie. It was such a great send-off. I loved it. Frankie Beastmaker. I'm the only reason why I wanted more people with it because I'm so close to getting paid. Getting paid. I'm not quite sure what we're referring to with that. Sorry, man. Luke Ponto, have you watched the movie Lawless? It has a great cast including Shia LaBeouf, Tom Hardy, Jessica Chastain, Jason Clarke, Gary Oldman, Mia Wasikowski, and Guy Pearce. Nice. Lawless. Depends when it came out. Was that like a 2007, 2008? Because it sounds familiar, but I don't think so. But it sounds familiar, especially the cast. Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy, that sounds familiar. Frankie Beastmaker. Well, here are my top 5 choices for you off the top 5 best Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, in my opinion. Number 5, Legionnaire. Number 4, Hard Target. Number 3, Double Impact. And number 1, Kickboxer. Or is that number 2, Kickboxer? Well, thank you for those recommendations, man. I'll definitely have to check those out at some point. Toxic Gamer 331. The dude who played Loki was in Spy Kids too. Wait, really? Oh wait, was he the kids show host that Junie loved? You're right. That is him. You're right. That is. I don't know why I've never. Maybe I did know that, but I just forgot. But it's hitting me like a train right now. Like, oh my goodness, that's so true. Wow. Thank you for reminding me about that, man. That kind of blew my mind tonight. Charles Clayton, aka the Filminator. Well, thank you for being here tonight, Charles, the Filminator. Happy to have you here. What's up, Zach? Who's your favorite Fantastic Four member? For me, Johnny Storm / the Human Torch. Probably Johnny Storm too. I like his rebellious nature and stuff like that. But yeah, Reed is cool in a smart kind of way. And then like, I don't know. I was never too into Sue Storm. Well, I mean. I'm not gonna dive into that. I'm not gonna clarify that. She was never my favorite character, is what I meant. Oh man, now would be just the perfect time for the wife to watch the show. Moving on to the Toxic Gamer 331. I might maybe be seeing Across the Spider-Verse tomorrow. Nice, man. Nice. How are your guys' ticket sales doing? Because I honestly haven't got my ticket yet. I haven't looked. I don't feel like it's going to be one of those movies that sells out really fast, but I could be wrong. So who knows? The Reed Dave Show says, I got you, Zach. Thanks, man. Toxic Gamer 331 says, I was talking about Doctor Strange 3 and Nightmare. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, the Reed Dave Show says, I got you. Go, Zach. Okay, well, thank you for joining us tonight, Dave. It was great having you here. Have a great night. Have a great rest of your shift, dude. And the show was made better because you were a part of it. I appreciate you, man. Luke Ponto, I am seeing Across the Spider-Verse on Friday. Nice. Okay, wait a second now. Film stocked. Is this... Wait a minute now. Is this the real film stock? Or is this film stock fan? Chris? Is this Chris? I'm gonna freak out if this is Chris for a minute. Have you seen Ryan Smith? Is that a guy in the chat? I think I've checked out his channel if that's what you're referring to. I'm not quite sure. Nathan's Random Movies. Justice League is horrible. I don't think it's horrible. I don't believe that Justice League is horrible. I just, it's definitely got problems, and the tonals, the tonal clash is so apparent. You can totally tell that two different directors with two different styles directed that movie. And it's not good. I'll say that. I'll say it's not good. Film stocked. I'm still not sure if this is the real film stocked or not, but film stock says you were right there because is literally being so stupid. I don't know why they made it. I think that's a 2021 versions. You were right there because it's literally being so stupid. I don't know why they made it. I think that's a 2021 version. Why can't I remember? I'm not quite sure what we're referring to. I'm sorry, film stock. I'm sorry, Chris, if that's you, Chris. I don't believe that's Chris. Toxic Gamer 331. Film stock. You watch Zach too? I doubt it. Film stock says, Zach, I'm here. Sorry, I'm late. Well, thanks for joining, man. Thanks for being here. Don't worry about being late. You're not obligated to be here. Frankie Beastmaker says, I'm glad Chris is here. I don't know, guys. I'm not buying it. Toxic Gamer 331. Your shorts are great, by the way, Chris. He says, thanks. Luke Poncho says, that's not actually Chris, guys. That's a profile that has the same name. I think so too, Luke. I think so too. I think it might be I might be trolling. It might be a troll. That's what I'm thinking. Toxic Gamer 331 says, I thought something fishy about how the name was spelled. Nope, don't believe me. Well, that's okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's getting weird in here. Getting weird. Nathan's Random Movies, hot take. I am actually a bit sad that DCEU is coming to a close. The DCEU had some great things. I'll say that. The DCEU, I thought, it did have some wins. The Suicide Squad was great. Man of Steel, I liked Man of Steel. Henry Cavill was good. Superman, I mean, I am not the biggest Superman fan, so I could have taken or left and whatever, but I enjoyed his take. The Ben Affleck's Batman, that was great casting. That was a great use of the character. I really liked him. But yeah, overall, the DCEU, it just fumbled the bag or fumbled the ball. It made too many mistakes too frequently that, yeah, it did eventually, unfortunately, lose the general audience. You see that in the box office numbers. So I did not hate the DCEU. It's bittersweet to see it end because, like I said, there was things I liked about it, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what James Gunn and Peter Safran do with the DC products going forward. The View with Drew, excellent news to share with you and everyone in the chat. I made a Lego Spider-Man short film in preparation for Across the Spider-Verse, and it'll be on YouTube tomorrow night. Awesome, dude. I love that you make those little short films, dude. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Toxic Gamer 331. Zach, do you think that's the real film stock? I do not. I don't buy it. I don't think so. Frankie Beastmaker says, I don't think that's real Chris because Chris didn't say that. Yeah, I don't think so. Toxic Gamer 331. I don't think Chris would specifically word it that way now that I see it. Frankie Beastmaker. The three guys think it's me, my YouTube channel, that got his name Film Stocked Fan. I think it's Film Stock Fan too. I think he just took the fan part off. I don't know. I've never dealt with this before. It's weird. But I don't think it's him. Michael Entity, Zach, my guy. I can't wait to hear your opinions on Across the Spider-Verse. Did I not already read that? Did we do a jump upwards? Well, I appreciate that, man. I look forward to giving you my thoughts. Jason Entertainment. By the way, Zach, what was your favorite movie of the month of May? Little Mermaid, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Fast X, or The Mother with J-Lo? My favorite movie of the month of May was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That was my favorite one. I don't even remember what all I saw in May. I saw Guardians, I saw Fast 10, I saw Little Mermaid. I feel like I saw something else, but maybe I'm wrong. I will say at the moment, Little Mermaid is my least favorite of the month, and Guardians is my favorite, followed by Fast 10. And I don't think I saw anything else. Nathan's Random Movies. I doubt that the Flash sequel will happen because the DCEU is ending. That's the thing too, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that they're not even going to get a sequel. But the thing is that James Gunn loves the Flash movie. Like, he thinks it's one of the best comic book movies ever made. He's a big fan of what Andy Muschietti did with that movie. If there was one property from the DCEU that he was gonna continue with in his DCEU, I could see it being the Flash because he loves the first movie so much. Toxic Gamer 331. I'm pretty sure Grant Gustin is going to be the Flash. No, not a chance. He was the CW Flash. He was on TV. That's how we associate with him. I don't think they're going to bring him into a big budget live action movie where he'll star. I don't see that happening. And I think Grant Gustin may be tired of being the Flash. I think he needs a break for a little bit. Nathan's Random Movies. My ranking of the May movies I saw were... Oh, wow, we did a jump there. 5, The Mother. 4, Crater. 3, Fast 10. And 2, Little Mermaid. And 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, you saw more movies than I did. I guess I only saw 3 in May. The View with Drew. I don't think Ezra Miller will come back, especially with all the problems with him. I think Dylan O'Brien would be a perfect, especially considering his work in the Maze Runner movies where he ran a lot. Yeah, that's the requirement, right? Is just run a lot. Yeah, Dylan O'Brien, that's not a bad one. I don't think Dylan O'Brien would be a bad replacement for Ezra Miller. I don't know, depending on how young the Superman is going to be with James Gunn's Superman, I thought Dylan O'Brien would be a fun young Clark Kent, young Superman. But, yeah, I could definitely also see him take over the Flash. Toxic Gamer 331. By the way, how many subscribers do you have to get paid by YouTube? So you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and you also need to have 4,000 watch hours within the year that you hit 1,000 subscribers. Because every year that resets. So you could have 1,000 subscribers, but if you don't hit the 4,000 hour watch time, within the year, then it just resets and you go back down to 0. So, and then you're able to apply for the YouTube partnership program. But don't get fooled, guys. Just because you're in the YouTube partnership program, you're not gonna make a lot of money unless you get like thousands upon thousands of views or millions of views on your videos. You're gonna be making a cent here, a cent there, a couple cents there. Honestly, you guys and your super chats on the live shows, that's where the majority of the money that I make on YouTube comes from. That's why I'm so grateful and so appreciative when you guys do super chat in a question and support the channel financially that way, because that is where the money for this channel really comes from. And that's the biggest benefit to me for having being a part of the YouTube partnership program, is the fact that I'm able to have super chats, because you guys are what fuels the money, I guess you could say, for the channel. You're the ones that keeps that going, because otherwise I'm just making a couple 15 cents there, 80 cents there, 12 cents there. The most I'll make on a review, if it does really well, like a couple hundred views, is like maybe $1. Maybe $1. Most of them cap out at like 90 cents, but maybe $1. So yeah, it's great being part of the YouTube partnership program. It's a huge feeling of accomplishment. It's a goal that many of us hit, and when you hit it, it feels amazing, and it is amazing. But don't think that it's going to change everything about your YouTube life. It's very much still going to be a hobby that you're not going to get much from. And also, you have to hit $100 just to get paid out. At the end of every month, they pay you if you hit $100. Until you hit that $100, you don't see anything from them. So you could have $60 that someone super chatted you. Maybe someone super chatted, for example, Gravy X Train. He super chatted $40 in. I don't have that $40 yet. It's accumulating And eventually when it builds up and it hits that threshold of $100, then I will get the money distributed into my bank account. But until it hits $100, it just has to keep building up before they'll pay you out. So yeah, don't hedge all your bets on just getting into the YouTube partnership program. It honestly won't change that much about your YouTube journey unless you have, like I said, thousands of views per video. Film stock fan says because his me Frankie on my fan account. Okay. Nathan Random Movies. My video on the May movies drops tomorrow on my channel. Nice, dude. I'll keep an eye out for that. Toxic Gamer 331. August is my birthday month. It seems I have some pretty good movies that month. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Teenage Ninja Turtles. If you're into that, you got that coming out. August is kind of escaping my mind at the moment. I'm not quite sure what all comes out in August. I'm really just focused on June at the moment. I am so excited for June. But yeah, it's gonna be a great summer. Great summer. Can't wait. Film stock fan. Oh, whoops. Where did we go? One thing is over. You can check me. Once this thing is over, you can check me looking at the reviews for Across the Spider-Verse. Nice, man. Lou Poncho says Lawless came out in 2012. Okay, I might have seen it when I was like 13, maybe, but I have no real memory of it, and that happens to me quite a bit. Like I know that I've seen Limitless with the pill and unlocking everything in your brain. I don't remember much about it. I can't really remember much about how that movie plays out at all, but I know that I've seen it, and that happens to me quite a bit. Frankie Peacemaker, just to be clear, I got you 3 more subscribers because I've now got an extra 2. Oh, well, thank you for all the new subscribers that are coming in here. Welcome. It's a great honor to have you here. We hope you enjoy talking movies with us. The View with Drew. Tell me if you agree. The best thing about Revenge of the Fallen is that it gave birth to Jeremy Johns. Yes, I completely agree. Without Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, we do not have Jeremy Johns, which means I don't discover YouTube reviewers on YouTube, which means I don't do this. So thank you, Revenge of the Fallen. Frankie Peacemaker. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that it's not me, okay? No matter what you guys think, even interviewing Chris is not me. Is someone blaming, is someone accusing you? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Toxic Gamer 331. I watched Little Mermaid yesterday and I liked it. I thought it was one of the best Disney live action remakes. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are liking that movie, and I don't necessarily blame them, I guess. I didn't hate the movie, despite what a lot of people think. I gave it a weak not recommend because I do think that there wasn't enough there for me to enjoy, and so I couldn't honestly tell someone to go and watch it. But I didn't hate it. There was a lot of redeeming things that I talk about in the review. Halle Bailey, she was amazing. The song sequences I thought were done very well. What I liked the underwater stuff, which I'm finding that I'm also in the minority with. Did some of it look a little uncanny valley? Absolutely, but I don't know. I thought it was fun. I thought it was colorful, lively. I thought it was when the movie was the most entertaining. I just found that when she got out of the water and we went on land, I honestly didn't like Prince Eric very much. Not that the actor did poorly, but the song they gave him, the Prince Eric song, didn't really do anything for me. I didn't feel like they did that much to advance his character. He likes to sail. Cool. Good for him. Now I know that. It was just a lot of telling, not showing. I feel like they could have. Here's the thing about the Disney live action remakes that I'm starting to really feel. And the thing is too is I'm going to be the first to call myself a hypocrite, because yeah, a lot of these live action remakes, they just do beat for beat the same thing over and over again, and sometimes that works for me. Other times that does work for me. There have been Disney live action remakes that have done that did work for me, but for the most part, I just wish that they could take the story and just do something different, structure it differently. Like why you had 2 hours and 15 minutes. The original Little Mermaid is 80 minutes long. I think it's an hour and 23 minutes long, and this one was like a good 50 minutes longer than it. Why couldn't they have explored more with like why Ariel likes the land so much? Like there's a part in the movie where King Triton and these aren't really spoilers because it's if you've seen The Little Mermaid from 1989, you've seen this movie. But there's a part in the movie where King Triton's like, why are you hanging out with, or why do you want to go to the land people? They killed your mother. And I was like, what? Why are you just dropping that and telling me that? Like they just breezed right over that. How did you not start the film that way? They could have started the film with the sailors killing Ariel's mom. You could have seen why King Triton grows this disdain, grows this hatred for the people. Then maybe you do like a little Finding Nemo type thing where he has a young Ariel, and Ariel, I don't know, maybe she encounters a person when she's not supposed to, and she grows a fondness for them, but King Triton pulls her back down and is like, no, we do not like those people, and you get this kind of friction going on, and you delve deeper into why King Triton hates people, and you dive deeper into why Ariel is so fascinated and loves people, and is also so rebellious against King Triton, and so much so that she wants to become human just to experience it because her dad is so set against it. There was so much that you could have delved into with that 2 hour and 15-minute runtime. There was so much more development that could have been there. There was so much more exploration that could have been there, and I just felt like it was too shallow. I felt like they kept everything the same, mostly the same kind of development that the animated film had, and I found a lot of it kind of boring. And I'm not saying that I could write this movie better. I'm not saying that the way that I'm describing it should be how it's done, but I just think there's so much more potential to these remakes, and I felt it a lot during The Little Mermaid. I felt like they could have done so much more with it, and honestly, I feel like just doing a beat-for-beat remake of recreation of scenes is kind of lazy. That's just me, though. I went way too long on that. I'm glad you enjoyed Little Mermaid, dude. I went way too long on that. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad a lot of you guys are enjoying it. The Jay Shrayway. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Jay Shrayway. Happy to have you here. Will you be able to catch Spider-Verse tomorrow? I will not be able to. I will not be able to catch Spider-Verse tomorrow. Thursday nights are my Bible study nights. Friday night I will catch it. I'm gonna go Friday. Frankie Peacemaker says, "Oh, we did a jump." I might see Little Mermaid with my cousin's friend, but I might not actually. The thing is, I don't like who's playing Ariel. People say goodbye. Understand what I gotta. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say there. I'm trusting you're not saying anything against Halle Bailey just because she's black. But honestly, dude, she was great. She was really good. I thought she really captured the essence and who the character of Ariel is, her curiosity, her fascination, and adoration for the people and the land. She killed it. She carries the movie. If there's one single thing about this movie that I can say is great, it's Halle Bailey as Ariel. Frankie Peacemaker, even though he's a criminal, I think Ezra Miller's got the best costume design. Well, that's fair. I mean, yeah. He didn't design the costume. A costume designer did it. So you're just complimenting their work. So that's totally fine. I like the Flash TV show suit better than the movie suit, but that's all subjective. Frankie Peacemaker, in a few hours, you'll see my ranking of the Spider-Man films. Made up my mind. I won't include the film the bad guy wants to Spider-Man. I won't include Venom or Morbius. All right, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I personally wouldn't include them either, but teach their own. Frankie Peacemaker, Mr. Beast got 157 million subscribers. Yeah, he's a big YouTuber. He's one of my favorites to watch too. Jason Entertainment, I just watched The Boogeyman and put out my thoughts. Are you planning to watch it, Zach? Honestly, I am not planning to watch The Boogeyman. I just have other things in June that I want to catch, and I don't have the time. I have to pick and I'm not even sure that I'm going to be able to catch Elemental. I want to do a double feature of The Flash and Elemental. But I don't know. Elemental might be missed for me this month, but I'm not missing The Flash. The Flash is priority number 1 for me this month. Nathan's Random Movies, Meg 2 and Blue Beetle are also in August. Oh, that's right. Meg 2 looks... Toxic Gamer 331. The Meg 2 comes out in August as well. Meg 2 looks ridiculous. It looks insanely ridiculous. But I'm there for it. It looks like so much fun. It looks like the fun that I wanted to have in the Meg. I wasn't a huge fan of the first Meg. Oh, man, sorry. I wasn't a huge fan of the first Meg, but Meg 2 looks like a lot of fun. Looks really funny. Frankie Beastmaker, if you haven't already subscribed to Doom Blazer, it's just like Chris and Sean. I'll have to check him out. I don't think I've heard of him. Thanks for writing that in, man. Demigod ENT, what's going on, buddy? Well, welcome, Demigod. Thanks for being here tonight, man. Happy to have you. And what's going on is we're just chatting. We're having fun talking about movies, and we're glad you're here joining us. Frankie Beastmaker, do you think Frankie Beastmaker, it sounds more like a YouTube name? Frankie Beastmaker does sound like a YouTube name. I like it, man. I like it. Is that your real name? Is that like your actual legal last name? Because it's awesome. Fantasy something. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Eddie and Haley? Thanks for joining us tonight. Did someone mention James Cameron? What I missed? Just got here. Cameron's my guy. Yeah, we did. Topic number 1 was James Cameron. I don't know if you heard about this, Eddie, but you'll be thrilled if you haven't heard about this. James Cameron recently came out and said that he's writing a new Terminator film. That will include the advancements of AI that's going on in the world. So we talked a little bit about that. So that's something to look forward to, man. Whoops, knocked over a water bottle. That's fine. Nathan's Random Movies. Aladdin is the best Disney live-action remake. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. I liked the live-action Aladdin quite a bit, actually. And I hadn't seen the original Aladdin until that one was coming out. Like a week before that movie came out, I watched the original for the first time. So that might be why I enjoyed it more than some others. But yeah, I liked it. And the musical renditions I thought were done really well too. I liked Will Smith as the genie. A Friend Like Me was done really well, I think. Toxic Gamer 331. I like Aladdin, but I think Jungle Book 2016 is the best Disney live action remake. That might be my favorite live action remake. Is still the Jungle Book. I that one works because the Jungle Book animated, the original, it's kind of boring. Just personally, that's how I feel. It's just kind of it's going through the jungle, meeting a bunch of different animals. I feel like Jungle Book 2016 was perfect to be remade. Just with the advancements in technology, being able to make these creatures or these animals look more live action, I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I really like Jungle Book. Frankie Beastmaker, top 5 Justin Timberlake movies. Oh my goodness. Well, Social Network is definitely up there. Justin Timberlake movies, man. He did one about time that was kind of fascinating, but I didn't think it was great, but it was something where, like, instead of currency, you had time, and you would transfer time, and you would get paid by time before it ran out, and you would die. What was that movie called? I can't remember what it was called, but that was a fascinating one. And then what am I going to say? Trolls? No, I haven't seen Trolls. I don't know what I would put in my top 5, not off the top of my head anyways, but Social Network is up there. Toxic Gamer 331. It still blows me away that all of it was filmed on a soundstage, and the only real thing in that was Mowgli. Yeah, man. The visual effects on Jungle Book were just insane, and what they were able to pull off. That kid did a good job too, acting to nothing. I thought he did a great job. And you can see why Jon Favreau was brought on to do Lion King after Jungle Book with the way that he was doing those animals. But I feel like he did the animals and personality and emoting of the animals in Jungle Book better than he did in The Lion King. That was kind of disappointing. But yeah, visually, those movies are astonishing. Toxic Gamer 331. Blue Beetle, I think, is going to be really good, but generic villain, I think. I don't know anything about Blue Beetle. I don't know anything about his villains. Might be generic, but I think I'm looking forward to it. It looks fun. Demigod ENT. That's a very fair take on The Little Mermaid. Well, I'm glad that you agree, man, because... or not agree, but I'm glad that you understand, because so many people this week have not understood. I mean, I've been getting the most hate about an opinion I've had on this movie than I have in the 4.5 years that I've been doing YouTube. Which is fair. I put myself on the internet. I put my opinions out there for people to respond to. They have every right to attack me or hate me or call me a bigot or call me whatever they want to call me because I didn't personally enjoy that much of The Little Mermaid. It's just kind of weird to be on this end of it. It's kind of weird to receive all this hate from strangers who don't know me. But I get it. It's part of the gig that we do on here. If I'm going to put myself out there and talk about movies and give my opinions, there's going to be people that just hate me because I hate the thing that they like. But yeah, it's nice to be understood, is what I'll say. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. The Jay Shrey way. I personally think the best live action remake is Christopher Robin. I don't count it as a reaction as a live action remake, to be honest. It's an adaptation of a property of Winnie the Pooh, but it's not necessarily remaking anything. So I don't really count that one, to be honest. But I like that one. Francis something says the Social Network and Friends with Benefits are his favorites. The Jay Strayway, In Time. It was cheesy, but the cinematography was gorgeous. Yes, In Time. That's what it was called. I liked the concept a little bit, but I felt the movie was very messy with it. And overall, I didn't think it was a very good movie, but it was interesting to watch. I'll say that. Toxic Gamer 331. I still have to get around to watching Social Network. I've heard a lot of great things about it. Dude, you gotta listen to Fans of Something. It's great. It's absolutely great. It's awesome. Jason Entertainment. The month of June is for Cinephiles, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Transformers Rise of the Beast, Flash, Elemental, Extraction 2, Asteroid City, No Hard Feelings, Indy 5. Indy 5. I think I forgot to mention that one. I just don't know how we can cover all of it. Dude, it is going to be a busy month. I'm prepared. I told my wife, I'm like, it's a busy month. It's a busy 3 months. The whole summer's busy. I'm gonna be out of the house every weekend, honey. That's what I told her. And she said, no, you will not. No, she was very supportive. Are there some I may have to miss just because life, goes on and responsibilities that I have? Yeah, I might miss a couple, but man, I'm excited, man. I'm stoked for this month. It's gonna be so great. Frankie Beastmaker, he didn't do ranking videos, but he let you know later what's going on about this thing, that thing. So it's like he does drinking through sometimes, but not very often. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not quite, that's not computing into my brain. I'm not quite sure what we're talking about. But thank you for writing that in. Toxic Gamer 331, The Jungle Book showed how to do good CGI right in Disney and not fully make it CGI. I'm talking to you, Lion King 2019. Yeah, I kind of liked Lion King 2019 when I watched it in theaters, but it was like, because I liked the story of the Lion King. It was kind of cool seeing it recreated in CGI, and I thought, and it's a fun thing. It's like an experiment, like watching the animated one and then going and watching the live action one, and just the advancement in technology and animation, and just like, I think that's really cool about it. But yeah, overall, I haven't watched that since the theater. Toxic Gamer 331. What's the funniest hate comment you ever got, Zach? The funniest hate comment I ever got. There wasn't really anything funny that came out of The Little Mermaid this weekend. There was one. I think it was on Devil Wears Prada. I think it was that the movie commentary I did with my wife. There was some guy that wrote this bizarre comment where it was like he was attacking me because I wasn't being masculine and my wife was being masculine, and he was like, that's what's wrong with society, is that men are so feminine and the woman is masculine, and it's so evident in this couple. And I showed it to my wife and I was like, look at this idiot, look what he's saying. That was a weird one. A funny one though that I got was on Jackass, the Shark Attack one that I did with Cass, or reaction to that on Shark Week. Someone commented, and I laughed for a very long time when I read this. Someone commented, I'm high as F watching two nerds watch Jackass, and I'm loving it. I was like, that's great, man. I'm glad you're loving it. I'm glad you love watching us nerds watch Jackass. I thought it was really funny. The View with Drew. Did you feel No Time to Die underused Rami Malek? I can't, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't comment on that. That's the word. I can't comment on that because I haven't seen No Time to Die yet. I really want to, though. Jason Entertainment. So humble of you, Zach, but I feel nobody should hate you for your honest opinion. I like Little Mermaid, but I don't see others less or worse if they have different opinions than me. I appreciate that, Jason. I really do. And I agree. I don't think people should hate other people for their opinions. I think hating, especially if we're just keeping it in movies, I think hating someone because of their opinion on a movie is the stupidest thing you can do as a human. I think because someone didn't like a movie that you liked, attacking them is so bizarre to me. Because if you like Little Mermaid, and I don't like Little Mermaid, I mean, like, I lean more so to not liking Little Mermaid than I do liking it. How does that affect your enjoyment of Little Mermaid and your life? And how does that affect my life? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like Little Mermaid. How does that affect you? And I'm not saying, specifically you, Jason, just an example. So I don't know. I just find it kind of funny when it's like, you suck and you're a bigot and I can't believe that you don't like black people and all this stuff. And it's like, I didn't say anything about that. I said Halle Bailey was great. I liked her as Ariel. She was one of the positives of the film. Why are you attacking? Why are you attacking me because I wasn't? Or the biggest thing I got was, what's with all these white middle-aged men? First of all, let's pause right there. Middle-aged? Excuse me? I'm 24, thank you very much. Middle-aged? I gotta start moisturizing a little bit more, apparently. But no, I got that so much. It was like, what is with these white middle-aged men having to comment on this kid's film? It's like, personally, I like to prefer myself as a consumer who paid to watch a product and then is given my thoughts on how that experience went for me. It doesn't matter if it's a kid's film or not. And arguably, The Little Mermaid is not just a kid's film. They made this movie because they knew that they could get kids as well as adults who grew up with the original animated to come and see this movie. Don't think for a second that Disney just made this for the kids. They made this for the adults too. They bet they bet all their money on the adults bringing kids as well as adults coming on their own. You ever heard of Disney adults? They exist. Coming to see The Little Mermaid. They made this movie for a four-quadrant movie. I have every right to want to check it out, and I have every right to give my opinion on it. But like I said, it's true. You have every right to attack me for my opinion. I think it's stupid if you do, but hey, that's your right as the First Amendment or whatever. So, don't bully people, I think is what I'm trying to say here. Is if people don't like a movie that you liked or they liked a movie that you didn't like, don't bully them. Just scroll. Just scroll past their video. You don't have to watch it. I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but I really do appreciate that, Jason. Thank you very much. Nathan's Random Movies. Are you watching Extraction 2? I have to watch the first one. I started watching the first one, but then my wife wasn't really into it, so we had to turn it off. But I'm gonna watch the first one, and then I'm gonna watch Extraction 2. Demigod ENT, The Social Network is one of my favorite movies. Great Fincher film. Yeah, it's one of his best, I think. Toxic Gamer 331. I'm gonna head out now so I don't make your voice worse, and so you can see Across the Spider-Verse. Great stream from a great guy, CL. Well, thank you very much, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Have a great night. Don't worry about my voice, man. I'm doing it to myself. I love being here. I love talking with you guys. I don't want to go anywhere. But I might suffer the consequences. We'll see. But thank you for being here, Toxic Gamer 331. And I hope you have a great night. And the show is made better because you were a part of it. And I appreciate it, man. Jason Entertainment says, thanks, Zach, for this chat. Take care and get some good rest. Well, thank you, Jason. Thank you for being here tonight, man. And the show was made better because you were a part of it. So I appreciate you, man. Have a good one. Frankie Peacemaker. My top 5, Justin Timberlake. Number 5, Friends with Benefits. Number 4, Bad Teacher. Number 3, Runner. Number 2, In Time. And number 1, The Social Network. That's my opinion. Nice, man. Nice. Great picks. Jason Entertainment. If I can share this, I had a hate comment on The Little Mermaid when I was reacting to the trailer. I said that I don't know Halle, but she's going to be awesome. And someone said haters are going to hate. Yeah, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're not even listening to us. It's just like they don't hear anything until they hear something where it's like he said something negative about the movie, and then they just attack you for being a bigot. And it's like, you didn't hear a single word I said. Not one word. Frankie Beastmaker, what is your favorite Joker? Mine is Heath Ledger. I like Heath Ledger a lot. Heath Ledger is fantastic. I kind of lean towards Joaquin Phoenix. I really liked his stuff, but I think I'll wait for Joker 2 before I solidify those thoughts. I'll keep Heath Ledger at number 1 for now. Jason Entertainment. Let's go, Halle. She's going to be great, and she will shut your mouth. You was like, dude, when did I say she wasn't going to be awesome? Anyways, that was something. Oh, that was a comment you got? Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Frankie Beastmaker, I'm upset that Heath Ledger died. Yeah, man, that was a tragedy. That was really unfortunate. Sad day. Frankie Beastmaker, I meant to say that he will do ranking sometimes, but not really often. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Fans of something. Sorry to jump backwards, but really quick. I'm a big Cameron fan and Terminator fan. However, Terminator needs to rest for a bit. Dark Fate wasn't what it should have been. The franchise needs a sleep. Yeah, I agree, dude. I kind of talked about that in the topic with James Cameron. Dark Fate did not do that well. I mean, granted, it was rated R, but it made $261 million worldwide, which was like a big. I think it dropped half of what Genesis made. And I agree with you, man. I think we need a rest from Terminator. I think Terminator, if they need to let it lay dormant for a couple of years and then come back with a reboot. Frankie Beastmaster. Frankie Beastmaker. Can you not believe that Mark Wahlberg 51? I thought he was 43. Wow, he's 51. Good for him. He looks great. Fans of something. Haters gonna hate. Ain'ters gonna ain't. Ooh. I see fans of something that says name that movie quote. Oh, I'm terrible with movie quotes. Haters gonna hate. Ain'ters gonna ain't. Nope. It slipped my mind, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna need the answer. I don't know what that is. But anyways, we are all caught up with the comments and questions. My throat's almost gone, so we are just gonna call it a night right there, guys. That was Zach Milne Talks Live number 52. Thank you everybody who watched live, who joined the chat, who engaged. Thank you so much for all the comments and questions, guys. Thank you for those who are watching the replay. Listening over, I forgot to mention this, at the Zach Milne Talks Movies podcast, guys. If you miss a show, if you miss an episode of Zach Milne Talks Live, you can find it in audio form on the Zach Milne Talks Movies podcast, available everywhere. The link is in the description for that down below. All right, guys. I will see you guys again very soon. Oh, wait, we got an answer here. The Jay Strayway says The Interview, and Fans of Something is confirming that it is The Interview. All right, there you go. Haters gonna hate, ain'ters gonna hate. It was The Interview. Makes sense. I actually haven't seen that movie. But with that said, guys, yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already yet, subscribe if you enjoyed the show. We're trying to get 2,500 subscribers. We'd love to have you join us. And as I look for the way to get out of here, there we go. There we go. So, I've been Zachary Milne. Thank you guys for being here. Once again, I've said that probably enough times. I'm tired. I got to rest my throat. I'll see you guys again next week. Same Zach time.